My Alchemist gonna die.
Jalen do Hulan Chamo, this one. Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm jamming already. I just started streaming.
What is this?
Eastern. Off. Fuck it already, bro.
Can we get a link? You know?
Just go to fucking YouTube and find lah.
Highlight. If you get a call, I think you're highlighted.
I think it is, Kevin. It's going to be buybacks, but I mean, they don't have Black Hole. They don't even have Alchemist ult for 25 seconds. OD uses
I actually don't mind if this guy calls.
I
I cover him and he got $40 bounty.
That's so bad for OG. His buybacks,
I hope
I
you
thought
can
is
dodge
still
it.
there, and he's been dead for 5 seconds. That is not the situation you want, and that's going to be a double rack
Yeah,
for sure. Wars go out. Dev's like, oh, thank you, Fly. I will take that extra gold. As well as the tier 3 bounty, which you know is still going to be going down.
Are you like the final two?
What the fuck?
Why?
The
The past 5 times I had aces, or
It says
bang
position
into
1 of 2.
kings,
Probably wrong one.
or bang into kings, and always have the king on flop. Why are we?
Even the
Can you
Alchemist
explain?
doesn't look survivable. If he had,
That's how variants work.
something he could try to like disjoint some
Live stream offline, oh.
Gotta push
This
lanes,
guy
that's the only
jab,
way they
I
can
will
keep
fuck
him
you, I
out
got
of the
poker
base.
5
They
ah,
got
my high.
about 30 seconds to get some heroes back up, but
Siapa?
I think
Wow.
Siapa? Siapa?
Siapa?
Siapa?
Siapa?
Siapa? Ah, siapa, bro?
They're gonna take this tier 3.
Oh shit, faces 1 first game. What?
Morphling not quite able to finish him off. He jumps forward. Actually does.
Wait, you see it not? The power really exists.
Dude. Siapa?
Wait,
Shelter
Siapa?
where's the stream, mate? Where's the
Oh
stream?
my god.
No.
Is it me or not?
Fuck me.
Oh,
Wait.
Don't have it. It says offline, dude. No, man.
Wait,
No,
wait, wait.
do it now.
What?
They played that so
Can you answer me? Why?
Why what? Dude, seriously,
Why?
I don't know, okay? Don't fucking ask me, bro. Sometimes I can hold, sometimes I cannot hold. It's poker, dude. What the fuck?
No, no. Why the why the past 5 hands of aces I jam into kings? All 5 times they have to hit king on flop. All 5 times, you know. It's not like once or twice. All 5
So
times.
high, ah,
Why?
bro. Sorry, I don't know, bro. So high. It's really so high. Okay, I started already. Started streaming already, dude.
All 5 times they have to hit king on flop. All
It's up already, dude.
all over it. I have to say, I think he played an outstanding job. First of all,
Absolutely.
the two
Yeah.
supports, right? We talked about those rotations.
I got it.
Quite a bit. They were making things happen around.
I don't
the
know why
map. That
like
was
it
the first
takes a
step.
while to
And then
like
Black took
start.
over his
Yeah.
second too. You pointed out very early
This
on,
is it,
right?
offline,
He's gonna be
offline,
playing
like.
aggressively. He's going to be popping these
Eight
smokes.
jack.
OG are going to be forced to clump up, and the only real aggression they can
Dum,
show
dum,
is
dum,
with these
dum.
smoke plays, and we saw it immediately in that
Dum,
mid
dum,
lane
dum.
play, right? He popped the smoke.
Bro,
OG
this,
couldn't do
wow,
anything.
this
They
guy
didn't
got
have the blink
$40
daggers. Other
bounty,
supports
Yamo,
are
Bude
suffering.
Sasha.
They're not able to farm,
Yeah.
but they're also not winning.
All in
Oh,
all,
go ahead.
900,000.
And I think it still comes down to what OG drafted as their support combo. I feel
Adala.
like the Batrider pick was your typical, I know I want to grab Batrider, but then the things kind of change, and you're like, oh, I can make it work. But
Oh, I have us already
there's
here.
a lot of trouble making those
Jacks,
support work.
Jacks.
It really does look like
Jacks,
Nice.
man.
Oh,
Solve
sedap
some of the
tu
problems that the other team
champion.
had to deal with OG. We throw it back to the panel. Panel, what
Probably
Jam
has
back,
ace
so
king or
hopefully
ace
you got like
queen lah,
6,
some shit like that lah.
sevens, sevens,
I
sevens,
don't think so.
8s, 8s.
Wow, what the fuck?
Oh, dear.
Wait, more free low
Wait.
more. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, 好
好
彩，
撚
好彩，
好撚
好彩 bro，
好撚緊
好彩 bro。
Wow, he got ace king king queen 要打爆飛機 already.
That was really rough. One of the best.
Oh, split pot.
Wow, he can just jam like that one, my. Wow, wow, 50 VV open jammer, bro. He tilt ah, bro. He tilt eh.
Yeah, he say Myanmar Jax also can chop.
That is really impressive.
Fuck it.
It's good to see Alchemist lose it.
Yeah. Secretly, we're all
No one's
Alchemist
sad
haters.
here.
I really like the way Faceless approached this game, to be honest. They were very aggressive. Their support movement, I think they burned all 3 smokes within the first like 10, 12 minutes. They really wanted to make moves. They were like, okay, the Enigma's going to be jungling and stuff like that. They're not really putting pressure
Wow,
on the
damn
back.
scary, man, these
A lot of
morphlings,
pressure on
seriously.
Rain with our CM and our
Tara,
Ogre to
Tara,
make moves
Tara,
around the map,
Tara,
and they
Tara,
did exactly that. They kept making moves on on the other 2 lanes, putting a lot of pressure, claiming objectives. And when we were kind of looking at it, we're like, oh, OG has the Shadow Shaman, they can claim objectives, but I don't think they even got a chance to drop
What the fuck is this?
the roster wards at a tower
Ace
almost
king,
at all this
king
game.
jack.
It was just
Wow.
Faceless always being on the
King
aggressive
jack.
and dictating the pace of the
King
game.
Jack.
Nice way. The damn Joker is low eh. You can eat it.
I know,
I think they tried something cute with the draft.
but I really don't think I have the chance. I really need to wake up with like some sick hand. I got no chips to ISO, you know.
OG to be able to sort of write it off as that. These guys are major champions. specifically they're a major champion who had to go through the lower bracket all the way at Frankfurt.
Yeah.
So they know how to deal with these losses. And I think they'll be fine in the series.
They weren't effective though, were they? These supports.
No, this is.
No tails face. Oh wow. Bro, you run safe lane alchemist cannot play one lah. No blando.
Crushing the map, but this was a very convincing game by Faceless.
Yeah, I think that's the other side of this, Fold, isn't it? We're talking about how poorly OG played, but let's talk about how well Faceless played.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was saying how they kind of like understood. This is a team that really understands when they're supposed to be aggressive in the lane thing. I think that most of the time I actually see this team, they come out of the lanes and they're usually ahead. I was talking about it before. They did it this time, and this time they actually made something happen with it too. They had the Morphling and the Ogre for like the push, so they were able to claim some objectives with that. So it was just like really good to see like them being able to do that.
Yeah, the transition out of the lanes.
Wow, this one lunging, bro.
Bro!
Wait.
100 BB can take like this one, man. Wait.
Hey, them to go for okay, nice.
100 BB can take like this and fuck one, man.
That's exactly when the lanes they're all done and
What?
then Faceless takes off.
There's no hesitation.
Someone
It's not
self
like
another
it's
can
like
cold
6
call one.
seconds
I
to,
got
oh,
ace
we
king,
don't
I'm
have-
holding it.
We were talking about how they don't like to draft these like long cooldown ultimate abilities, but I feel like in this
Okay
game
lah,
that's
good
kind
for
of what
Oyo.
showed for them a bit. Kind of overlooking it. They were like, oh, they have like Black Hole, they have OD ulti, they have Frost Awards. We don't need any
Yeah.
ultimates. We can just go time the whole time and put the pressure onto OG. And that's exactly what they did the entire time.
And then another great game for Black on the slide. That's 2 games in a row.
Hey, wait.
5
Yeah.
points in 2 games.
If your ace king you open, someone jam, let me see, 30 BB. Another one cold call 30 BB. Do you fold ace king next?
all the time, but he was able to get online really quickly, probably way faster than we expected.
You open how much?
To add to what Ben said, I thought
I opened
Faceless
2.15
was
only.
so cool. Usually when you pick a Crystal Man or even a Drow Ranger, you
Gotta
won't
try
have
steal
4 other
here. I
heroes
got
use
ace 5
this
suited.
aura this
Oh
long.
my god.
But in this game,
All
I
coming
felt
in
like the
already,
aura
bro,
was
this
different
one.
nature. We see a hero
Nice!
like who's traditionally a
You
slow
win.
hero, you know, you have to
You
go
win.
for
Trust.
Beacons,
You win.
mana regen. Instead, Jabs
But
went for
just check
the
it out.
into the Ethereal Blade, and
No
he
point.
was so
Too
fast
bad
though,
lah,
I
bro.
think it
I got
really
flash
caught
draw
OG
there
off
lah.
guard. Once he got that, every single team fight was just smooth.
Oh my god. 5 ball lah.
Chance,
5, 3.
5,
Oh,
3, 5, 3, 5.
yes. Woo!
I think
Feels
the-
good,
they
man.
lacked, like,
Wait, do you
something
trust
to
me now?
Kind of get them together for like
Trust-
the objective.
trust- of
Usually
course I
when
do. What the fuck you
no-kill
mean?
Do you
does get
trust the
hit
shouting
safe,
power
I
now?
trust the
he
shouting
gets the
power,
hell out
bro,
of
but
there,
I
and
got.
he goes
If I'm
and
here,
makes the move to the
if I'm here
objective.
cursing you, right?
This time when you're
Wow,
really close in the lane,
34
it's
bucks
much
already
harder
your
to do,
bounty.
so
What
this
the
time
shit?
Bro,
he
I have
he
to
really
call here,
struggled
bro.
to do that because they put so much pressure on him, they kept moving to him.
Oh, yeah.
he just can't
I
really
got
move
poker
away.
10. Wow,
I know
okay,
they
actually,
made the
maybe I'm
optimist
just
save,
Oh my
holding it. I'm
God.
just holding it.
but
Whatever.
when they had nobody
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do,
okay.
they
I was good against him, dude.
such a bad time.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Oh
Oh my god! I should have just
my
degen,
god,
dude.
wait, you should have just fuck
They
it,
didn't
like,
have to
oh
pick
my god,
Alchemist
fuck
versus-
it lah.
because Faces weren't actually banning any of that.
Highlight,
Usually
bro.
when you pick Alchemist versus
No, go for, go for.
Oh my
Go
god.
for.
all the illusions
Shut
of
fuck up.
heroes were
Go for.
and they were
Go for already, bro.
they were playing a very fast-paced game.
Go for, go for.
Go for.
You kena jam like that, straight away for.
No, I will call that guy jam, but when that guy right can just flat
But usually they
I-
don't pick him like this, you
I'm
know,
beat
usually
lah
they
most of the time.
are able to craft in this game,
It's
yeah.
like damn awkward spot.
Percentage game lah, play the percentage.
Yeah lor, I'm beat lor. I'm seriously beat
Yeah.
most of the time. Like if that guy is
Out of
jamming
combat,
like
you had a Battle support who's not
weaker shit right, but the guy who flat maybe has
So
ace
if
king
he
right.
ISO if he ISO he don't even want people to chow,
Yeah.
right? He damn
like
succeeded.
a sword or a monkey king or something like
But
that.
what to do?
This game we saw
what
what
to do?
happens when OG cannot
I could have had a fucking 800k
That's the
stack
correct
now already.
decision lah, honestly.
It is lah, it is. I could have had 800k stack.
Change things up.
But to run deep in poker, you need to do stupid things one sometimes. Like call over there.
That is true. That is true.
And the draft. Let's check it.
Dude, you see the first the cheap leader. Fucking his bounty 17 bucks already, dude. Fucking champion, dude, that guy. 17 bucks champion, but he got 2 times the second place chips. I don't even know. I don't know whether he's a crusher or what. Like he crush, post flop all the way, like instead of shoving and shit.
Art, right? It means a lot of things to a lot of different people, and even though we are video game nerds, it's not lost on us. So I thought I'd look at some art with you today. Tell me about these 2 beautiful paintings.
Beautiful they are. So first of all, this is the Ukrainian family who came to a new place and searching for a new home, and this is the face they are making.
Beautiful face.
Beautiful.
Yes. And then this one over here.
There's a lot of warriors. They've been through a lot, and they are very different, but in the same time, they are the same.
Right.
So this is all about it.
Very well. Now, art, you know, you look at it, and if for all of us, it means something to us personally. For us Dota players, everything we think about is about the game. So, we've devised a little game here where we will look at the faces made in this beautiful art, and we will relate it to our Dota games. For example, if it were me, and this was my picture, this man right here would be a support who has spent his entire 70-minute game supporting, waiting for his carries to carry, and they never did. So he sold all of his items, bought an Agnum Scepter, went ham and started killing people. That or it's Fear from EG. I mean, either way, both of those work. Anyway, we've got some contestants here. Gentlemen, hello. Introduce yourself. What is your name?
My name is Enes. My name is Sergey. Maxim. Bogdan. Oleg.
All right, gentlemen. First things first. Let's
Dude, the chick following Slacks around is kind of hot.
Now it has to be good. There's all the enemies, and then he's pointing them out to the rest of the team.
Yes, and he say to fight.
Yes, perfect. That's very good. I like the use of the bird. Very creative.
Dude.
Sir, what do we have here?
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah?
Josh.
This face. It's me when
Josh.
I killed 5 enemies and told to my
There's a
team,
chick with Slacks, dude.
Let's
Damn cute.
destroy barracks and
Pretty fucking hot.
Yeah, let's push.
Yeah.
Everybody all in.
Yeah,
Tier
yeah.
3 ancient, kill yourself.
Yeah, or kill Russian.
Or kill
上
yourself.
你等一下，我再
You do that a lot. You have a lot of
你先放那里。
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, that's very personal. Thank you for
Dude,
sharing.
the chick with Slacks is damn fucking hot, dude. Who the fuck is she?
When storm spirits steal your ages.
That is a good one. Storm Spirit steals your Aegis. I feel that pain right there. Does that happen to you often?
Да, часто с тобой случается.
Wait, break man now.
That happens.
Alright, very good. Gonna be hard to
Oi,
beat.
got
That was
break
perfect.
lab,
What do you
bro.
think?
Choose Kim.
Okay.
It's Mirana who's ready to send arrow at first level on mid.
Alright. The Marana arrows kind of squeezing up. Do you play a lot of Marana?
No, I prepare offlane, Bristleback or something else.
Oh, okay. So that's the look that Maranas give you.
Something
before you
else.
murder. Okay, yeah, I can see that. That's very good. That's nice.
Yeah.
Tough job. You've heard a lot of competition.
Yeah, I choose this picture because this.
Which one? Who? This
Yes,
man right here?
yeah, this.
Oh, that's a wise man.
Yeah, when the low skill player in the voice chat teach me how to play Dota.
This man constantly telling you how to play even though he doesn't know anything?
Yeah.
Which one are you then? I need a picture of you. Well, you the wisest man
No,
on the
this is
team.
his face when someone tried to teach
Oh,
him.
that's your face.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's my face.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's very disgruntled. Oh, no, that's not good. So where's the noob then? Point out the noob for me, please.
Noob? I don't know, maybe this because he's young, very young.
Look young. He
Yeah.
looks like he doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah.
All right, it's a hard decision. You guys all were very creative in your answers, but I felt like one man truly has experienced this before. I feel like you have to be the winner. I'm sorry.
Ты победитель.
Well done, well done. Can I get you? Thank you. Can I get you to make that face right next to that man? All right, fantastic. Well done. Our winner, ladies and gentlemen. And we learned a lot about art and ourselves. Keep making art, keep playing Dota. Thanks for watching.
Sarat Slacks there, taking in the art of Dota 2 through many of the fans. Very good indeed. We're looking forward to our second draft. OG up against it, as you can see on your screen right now. Faceless leading by a game to nil. Ben, we probably wouldn't have had Faceless. We didn't get time to talk to
That's alright.
We wouldn't necessarily
Why?
have had Faceless winning this series, would we?
The photo one the photo one, damn
A
funny.
little bit lucky in the seating. I don't
The
think
pocket
anyone
ten,
can
is
say
This is my face when people
they
teach
played very
Oh.
well versus
people
TNC,
teach me
keeping
how
it
to
straight
play
up
Dota.
and OG.
The girl okay only what?
Had
Very hot
very
eh?
similar drafts. It's either been like
Like,
Alkanaga
at least
or
5 times
Mark
hotter
Warden,
than
I would
Shiva.
say, in between the majority of their drafts, and maybe Winter devised
I mean,
a strat to beat them.
I mean,
I
they're,
guess if you
that's the
compare
thing,
like
is that
that,
Faceless is playing to their strengths, which we always say is their lane dominance. That game, they
don't
literally
know, I think
picked
chicks
because
with
they were
Russian
like,
accent
okay,
kinda
these heroes
hot
are very
also.
good in the lane versus what they have. Slark matches
Or
up well
Russia.
versus Alchemist. in the later game.
More the
Stalk
rules,
versus the
yeah.
Batrider, first two, that's kind of what they were looking at when they, the information that they had there. And they kind of picked afterwards. They saw the Alk, they really picked heavily toward the, countering the Alk, but also just the laning phase. So it was a very clever draft coming out for them.
And in a way, Curtis, I guess OG kind of locked themselves into how they were going to play from the very first two picks.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not sure what happened though, because OG's early game is usually very hard to punish. They're one of the teams that's greedy, and people think, I don't know how to punish these guys with the early game lineup. Every other team that's tried an early game lineup against OG, I feel, hasn't succeeded. But Faceless did it spectacularly. They every gank seemed to work for them.
I think same again for Faceless in the style that they drafted.
I think definitely. I think this is a team where Faceless doesn't match up that well against OG to me if they go into the mid late game without an advantage. I think OG are just a lot more experienced at that than them. But if they can pressure early game,
Look, we really talked a lot about
few
the
levels,
course. You know, we were saying like Ice had a beautiful laning, Jabs played almost impeccable, Black had some incredible TPs, but the supports really enabled that. Like I mentioned, they used like all three of their smokes very early, just keeping the pressure on to enable their course to be able to do that. I think like those two guys actually played. I think the CM and the Ogre played such an important role for this team.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped something very similar in the next couple coming on.
What do they ban, OG? What do they ban
Crystal
against?
Maiden.
Yeah?
Crystal Maiden is definitely the key hero for Faceless. You have to ban it out or take
the
it.
biggest
You cannot give
bounty
it to
now.
them. The early game is too strong.
Oh wait,
and it just
dude, I
accelerates
saw
the early
wrongly,
game
my
way too much at a point where it was
Wait,
irrecoverable.
what ah?
Picked hero Kiev Major. Is it the most important hero right now?
For Faceless, definitely for OG. I don't really think they care so much that they get it. It's just that they cannot.
Just don't
let
want to give it
Faceless-
away.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like the hero's first picked, or first two'd a lot. It's picked the most as a 60% win rate, and people are still underrating the hero.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those invisible impact heroes that I like to call them. You just can't tell how much it's doing. I mean, in this game you could, because Faces just ran it so well, but usually.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it, Ben?
Listen,
Teams constantly
it's
underestimated.
I saw wrongly, dude.
When you
The
play
guy
with
in
Crystal
first place
Maiden,
doesn't have
you're-
17
it's
bucks
just nuts,
bounty.
but you can tell, like, with
He
their
got
item building, like,
173.
in a region, they were able to pretty much have
My
no
window wasn't
downtime.
open
I was
properly.
thinking like, what the
Used to
fuck?
playing with the hero.
Impossible so
Yeah,
like
I guess there's some other like invisible impact heroes too, like something small like.
Because in order to get so much, he has to bustle someone at some point.
It's hard to tell the impact if you're actually playing the game. With spectating, we can actually tell that it's a big difference maker.
Feels amazing to play with Arcane Aura. It really does.
Every time I see him, I feel like a god.
Yeah.
Like, if you ever play with like a lower MMR friend, the hero you tell him to pick is Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. If you're in an ability draft, you're like, please, someone take Arcane Aura.
Someone take Arcane Aura. Yeah.
Please.
It just enables you to. I love how it just enables you to be able to skip those like early game items, like being able to skip the Ring of Aquila on the Slark, being able to skip like the raindrops and all that. We saw, he just rushes Shadow Blade and starts going. He gets like 3 or 4 kills pre 20 minutes because of it, or maybe even more than that. I think that's like I think the Crystal Maiden is just so important for this type of factor.
Even in Liquid's game, they were able to first pick the Earthshaker because of the Crystal Maiden. I feel like Earthshaker's super. You have to buy like 3 or 4 clarities if you don't have the Crystal Maiden on your team, and the Earthshaker worked out a hero that is pretty much never picked.
Who is playing after this
saw the
game?
players, just entering
EG, right?
their booths once more, having had some refreshments.
Josh, are you there?
Me.
Got back into their booths. They'll get into the lobby very shortly. We'll continue
EG
talking about
or
heroes
Q?
in particular across
by
the Kiev Major. Only
EG against
11
the
left that
Brazilian
haven't
team
been
this
picked
time.
or banned, out of which, do you think we might see any of them? I'll give you the list. It's AA, Chen, Enchantress, Gyro, Lone Druid, Mirana, Necro, Shadow Demon. Techi's obviously not in Captain's mode, Underlord, Viper, and Zeus.
In this series, I think Gyro's probably most likely.
What'd you pick
And by
Lone
the end of the tournament,
They picked Lone Druid in DAC finals.
你觉得还好
Yeah,
啊？
I'm not too sure if it's a tilt pick.
还好
'cause
吧，应该就
they're
还
getting
好。
3-0. They picked them last time.
it seemed like that was gonna break out at DAC, didn't it? Lone Druid? As in, like, it's become more popular again, but actually it's had some nerfs.
The nerf to Rabbit.
Steal!
I mean, I'm a
We got the steal!
biggest fan of Lone Druid. I've loved the hero for a lot of years, but
Not playable
I'm
right
just sad they ruined the melee Lone Druid as well as the range one. Like, they could have made it so you could still play the melee bear Lone Druid. That one was OP, but, they nerfed the sniper one.
Any of the others?
Legitimately look sad.
I am
Eject-
sad. I
Eject-
like
I'm
Lone
just gonna leave
Druid.
him in his sad corner.
你好，好久不见了，兄弟。
Hey dude,
I agree with
hey,
that,
don't
but I
fuck
think
around.
Alpha Gus
Really
was
got one guy here with
I
225
think the
bounty
egg on
only.
that hero
He
is
never
actually
knocked out
really
anyone.
It's
I'm a believer after
16 plays, he got
Yeah.
170k
You get the
chips.
eggs, you get the maelstrom,
225 only his
it's
bounty,
super
bro.
tanky. I'm a fan of that hero. The problem is,
okay lah, like
just so mediocre.
he can keep surviving and
This
stuff.
tournament, we've seen a
Because
lot of heroes
bigger
that,
stat
you know, we
you
were
give
looking
him
at before, and they're too bad.
But in order to be chip leader, you have to be
the Stark has an
beating
insanely high
people.
win rate. The Spectre has a very high win rate. These are two
Depends
heroes
when the time I play on.
talk about carries are bad.
EIA also, right? The chip leader.
Did you have Pugna on your list?
Like out of nowhere, we did a few pots only. He suddenly bomb, but he never actually knocked anywhere out.
Twice.
Yeah.
Two
Part of the
smart teams.
Two smart teams.
But like if you say 30, 40, 50 like okay lah, but you say 17 bucks only a bit
97 in total. And 11 not chosen.
I guess final
3k entries right this one.
What ah?
Coming back.
1,008 entries.
That hero feels so bad.
Doesn't it?
Her eggs is below mediocre.
Also, Shadow Demon's terrible right now too.
Yeah,
Demon's also
SD
unpicked.
was on the verge of coming back in. Previous patch, they were talking about it just before DAC. We said maybe it was one of those sleepy heroes that might just start getting picked up, and several players have been talking about it in glowing terms. As in, yeah, this is actually viable in certain situations. Disappeared completely.
Talents are pretty terrible.
Here's some of the worst
talents. Yeah, 6 strength, 10 or something. It's like, and then you get like 4
75
6%.
cast range or something?
Yeah,
it's like one of the lowest cast ranges. I'm not sure.
The cast range like 5% spell land.
我需要吃辣的和
I
stun
think he
的，
legitimately
才
has
不会
a
痛。
10 move speed power.
I think
I'm
you're
not
right.
sure.
I think
it's like
6
6 strength or 10
move
move speed.
speed. Yeah,
And you
yeah,
look
yeah.
at it, you're like, what am I doing with my
Snap.
life?
King Jack, GG, Jack
Which
3.
which one's even better? Right?
Jack 3!
10 is so little.
I mean, I take the move speed, but
I love it. That one nice
Okay,
setup.
we
Dude.
are, as you can see, in the
Fucking
draft for
Jack
game
3 floppy
number
straight.
2. We have
So sick, eh?
King's Ban again.
He opens some more, you know.
Faceless
Jack 3
side
then flop it.
tree as well, and
Then check, then the guy bets flat.
yeah,
Check again, the guy
is that
jam.
because they think they
Oh,
might
snap.
do it because OG don't necessarily prioritize it?
I mean, Faceless at first pick though.
This is the first pick.
They do.
I feel like
So it's
these
the first pick
bans on
then.
Ice, like,
Do it again?
They do get rid of Timber again?
they're just, he has these 3 heroes he's incredibly strong as Avalon, Timbersaw, and Nyx. And he's gonna get one of them. So unless OG pick up the Nyx here, maybe they're predicting the CM, and Nyx is one of the better heroes against CM. They could take it themselves. That might be a decent idea. I haven't seen them play Nyx as much, but to be honest, it should be a hero that's good for now. I could see them running some Nyx Evoker this game.
Oh, Faceless looks really happy. Right away, they're like, nice, we got Crystal Maiden again.
I mean,
Crystal Maiden
wait.
top big now, dude.
As far as support heroes go, Crystal Maiden is one of the best ones against Naga Tyrant, simply because you have the aura which allows you to play extremely fast early game, and then in the mid game you have a lot of mana to spam out these illusions.
Yeah.
Well, I think this town's, if you didn't already know what OG was favouring, I think you definitely know now. That was an instant
Fuck set mining with fucking
two
Poker trees.
hero lock-in.
Don't forget that they still have the team fight though, with the disruptor.
good
It's
for-
one
good
of
for
the
Wayne,
better
good
setups,
for.
maybe not as good as Black Hole, but it is a little bit faster paced than the Enigma, which I think you need versus the Crystal Maiden. You need a hero that doesn't need Midas plus one more item before things start happening.
I think it's also like the disruptor.
Wow.
They're like maybe afraid of the Slark from the last game. I think that might be a little bit of an indicator. They're like, all right, we're just picking the disruptor in the first 2 right now. If you want to pick Slark into it, you can. But it can be kind of painful versus the disruptor.
他这个他
Naga
不
is
是
a great hero
上，
disruptor, not
不
just
是后
because of
面
the team fight that Ben mentioned, but Naga's a hero that gives a lot of vision that you can use for glimpse. And Disruptor is generally a hero that's seen as a bit weak in lane, but Naga's a hero that can sort of absorb pressure. Naga doesn't care that much if the enemy's aggro on them or putting a lot of pressure, because you can always defend that tower, you always have these illusions to tank for you and get last hits.
The thing is though, I think that Faceless, if you're preparing versus OG, you prepare against Alk Naga and Arc Warden.
Snap.
Terribly?
Hmm?
Terribly?
Queens
Terribly
are
true, but I think they're like all somewhat similar with some variations. But the thing is, if you first pick Naga, you can be like, okay, we have a strategy prepared for this. Let's go ahead and go with it. It's not like something that they have to think about too much in the draft or something that's terribly unexpected.
So maybe like
Jack 9.
OG could have picked like their illusion hero in the second phase, because none of them are banned.
Exactly,
And
just
then
like
you
last
just have
game.
that much more impact. Something about Nyx versus Naga.
It's Halfan.
Nyx used to be pretty bad versus Naga.
Thank you.
Just because of how Naga lanes out, you were able to protect these Nyx ganks. But there's
Stop out
the
here.
change to Radiance,
Yeah,
which is supposed to nerf it for Naga, made Nyx a lot better against it.
Oh, oh,
because
hello,
what
Moa.
happens now is you can carapace the
This is
illusions,
your mother do
and then when you
tapao
go
you.
next to the real one, it will also the
Yeah,
radius will change
both
you and
both of
you
us have
carapace that
oh,
one as
hello,
well.
more.
So not only do you stun Naga for 5 seconds, but you can instantly tell which one's real. It's a pretty nice perk of that matchup.
So who do we think will play the Naga this time around? They've had 3 different plans on it.
On Naga?
Sorry, 可能这个一把。
Who's
Oh.
played
Oh,
it?
no.
Wrong team.
Wrong team.
Okay.
I was thinking,
problem.
I see the
我
Naga.
觉得
and
这
think
这种比较好，比较
Ah,
爽。
okay.
吃别的都
True.
Yeah,
没什么
I think it's gonna be a no-tail Naga.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
People always discuss the best Naga. Personally, I think GH has the best mechanics on the hero, but no-tail is by far the best.
就像这个有
Bringing
那么
that
爽
out
啊
into，team fights and using
累
it to
了
set up his team
他会把
for
你
good
东西
fights.
It's
And
like the
头
same
痛
as
会
the
小一
Act,
小
right?。They play really similar.
to be honest, in my opinion, that's the most important part of Naga. Like, if you're asking who's the best Naga overall,
哎，
I'd
可是
probably say no-tail right now.
维立面那些多少钱？
I like the Enigma ban by Faceless. It's
Yeah, I
just
don't-
like a staple.
I
Cheap
don't
ass.
think you all play versus that.
Yeah, no way. It's like combo.
780
One weakness
个
of Naga that sometimes comes out is that you don't have enough to deal with a BKB unit. You have this Naga, you're split pushing radius, but Naga lineups often lack physical damage with her. And Enigma, she's not physical damage, but he is a lot of damage through BKB with the Midnight Pulse and
催
Black.
你。
Blind level just went up again, ma. Hey.
So they ban out the AM and the Alk, so they're trying to get themselves like a big advantage toward late game. Jabs likes to play the Alchemist. Black loves his anti-mage. Those two are pretty hard. Well, like they pair well against the Naga Siren.
Wow, Shaft.
I think the Legion
That's
Commander is a good ban. It's a hero that OG run a lot with Naga. They use it to
但
collect
这次你不打了。
They open up the map. I feel like a broken record saying this, but I just to me that is in essence what OG is.
Yeah.
They'll open up the map. They'll get
好好兄弟，好兄弟。
Naga. Kill you, make you miserable.
All the things you like doing.
I like them when I do them.
Yeah.
It's not cool when they do it.
Right.
So OG. What?
Puck, maybe? I don't know. I think they need a offlaner that can actually start off the fight for them. They don't have the Enigma anymore.
Flop 那里我
They don't like Clog because they want to take it.
一定要打一打的啦。
Bat Rider not particularly good versus Nick, so I think his options are very limited, especially with the LC being banned out.
I think last time they ran Naga, they had the puck, and the other game they had the axe.
有义气啊，兄弟，改天去中国找你玩。
I think they're thinking in similar lines. They want something a bit more low cooldown that they can play a bit faster paced game with.
They've played with Centaur in the past too, but that hero's kind of like immensely fallen off.
Yeah, I think it's not. I think Centaur's a bit weaker versus Nyx as well.
Yeah.
I think Axe could be interesting because he's a hero that you can't match up the Nyx as well 1v1 versus him. And when you get that offline matchup, it makes it a bit harder to play. That being said, I feel like Faceless has played this Nyx as support before. I think with CM.
I do think, yeah.
I mean,
I do think they have.
it's
Can you
confusing
hear that?
because they also had the game where they had like the Nyx, the Abaddon support with the CM and the Nyx offline.
Mhm.
But yeah, we saw a debate by OG in the last game. Maybe we'll see one by Faceless this game.
The Pudge.
Can you still hook Naga sleep units?
Can't hook invulnerable anymore.
That's sad.
Yeah.
What balance?
Probably.
Or you could Berserker's Call Yule's units.
Oh, that was
so ridiculous.
broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, we abused that at DEC
So
2015. Great tournament. Great bug. Feels good, man.
I think this is something that they're using to try to like alleviate more pressure off the Naga too. Nyx, you can get run down pretty easily if you're just getting rotted and ran out in the laning phase. I think that's what they're trying to secure. Faceless kind of I kind of felt like they were going to do this just because of how much impact these two heroes had in the laning phase. We keep talking about it. Faceless loves to dominate the lanes. Who better than that than CM Ogre?
Big
The
thing's
razors
always
are
like
so
Ogre
big,
when
man.
he's His two supports. I think in this game in particular, even if Pudge is rotting him and Disruptor's hitting him, you might kill the Pudge before he dies. Like just the Ogre. So when that happens, you can really tell
Okay ah.
no matter wherever
2 double up you quite
decide to go,
good stack already.
whichever
Oh,
lane
fuck,
he
one
decides
double up
to
was
use
like
a good
fucking
head start,
stack
you'll
up,
go to
bro.
go there and have
One
a
double
high
I got
impact.
40 big blinds, you
Also,
know.
I feel like the Ogre did a really good job at mid last
This
game.
turn
You know?
cut, this turn cut.
OG put Bat Rider and OD there. We saw some cool synergy with the Sticky and the
This turn cut is too
OD Aura,
crazy.
but it didn't
Wow,
matter.
this
The
Reaver.
Morphling still ended up killing the Bat
Some
Rider, and
cooler
Morphling
shit
had a
is
great
going
game
to
that
happen,
game.
dude. Ace Jack versus Queen 10.
I'd like to see OG grab like a DK or something, like one of those type of
the
heroes
fuck,
that
the guy
bring
is-
stuff together. Oh, they do go for the Centaur.
Yeah, that's a good
Interesting.
call.
Gives them some more team fight, gives them lockdown. They just like this kind of combo as well.
Alright,
Something
Listen,
else that can be said for
we are
Centaur
going.
is he's if
Why
Sim
is-
is alone in
Top
lane
10.
versus him with a carry,
unless
Okay.
this guy
Good
reshuffle.
luck, have fun, sir.
pretty decent laning
Then
versus him.
I
You have
say
the PMS,
bye-bye.
CM has like 41 base damage or something. You just stand there and let Sam hurt herself.
Good luck, have fun,
I
sir.
really like that you say that because I think
Can
that
do
that's
it,
probably
sir.
what they're trying to go for, that type of approach. They're
Oh,
like,
hey,
okay,
go.
how do we...
Stand on the
last
floor.
time we had an Enigma who can't really just stay in the lane the whole time. He
No
stayed there
sweat.
for a bit, but at one point he has to go to the jungle just because of the fear factor.
What is
This
VP?
time now, he's going to try to
What
keep
is
the
VP?
supports down there because that, I feel like, was the big dominant factor
Yeah,
for
he
Faces
might
last
fall,
time,
he might
just
fall,
the
yeah.
liberty of the two supports being able to move out of that safe lane.
And I think it's a twofold factor because when you keep a CM in lane,
It's just this guy damn tight.
I think she got to do a lot of
He
that
can
versus
tank
Enigma.
my
We
head.
saw the high level CM, the high level aura contributing a lot to the team.
Okay.
And if you have the Ogre there,
Nice,
obviously
take down.
your auto lanes feel
Woo!
way better because that hero is very strong.
The tank.
Levels.
Yeah,
I also
baby.
think he's a good pipe carrier. Like there are
Did he snap or he
That's a good.
Slow rolling, bro. He
fall on here?
slow
So the
rolling me.
Morphling
Nah.
versus the Naga, I feel like that's kind of the same thing as last time, matching up the Morph versus like Alchemist, Morph versus Naga, kind of same concept.
Again though,
Dude,
they
the
do have
guys
something
chips
to
keep
counteract
going
that.
up, dude.
They do,
The
yeah.
fucker,
So that is
I
nice
don't
for
know
them.
whether he's
Super
super
Australian.
crusher or what,
to
way.
be honest.
The fuck, man.
Go watch for him,
Super
man.
is
Go watch for
good
him.
versus him, but they have the CM aura. Look, CM aura makes Morphling a different hero. It really does. Like,
Just
if
CM
you can
aura.
get this quick E-Blade BKB in this game, I feel like he has the potential to carry this game
I
very
can only spectate one guy already.
It's Tinker banned out from OG.
Oh wait,
I guess the
He's
hero
on your
that we
table.
have in mind for mid lane
lol.
cannot,
Who?
like he can't. That hero can't
Oh,
win his lane against
he
the
just
Tinker.
moved to my table.
And they need that hero to win the game.
Yeah, that's why I was stoning like,
game,
hey.
I got
because
Poker 9 here,
Center's
dude.
not a particularly fast hero. Naga won't really make any rotations. And the supports, while they can rotate, they do lack some things that the mid hero being strong will.
哦，不小心，不小心的，不小心的。你先，你盖，你盖，我给你看。
I don't know why the DK keeps coming to mind for me for OG, but
不小心，不小心
I'm
的。
just trying to think of something that
忘
they
了。
like to play that isn't gonna get so hindered by the Knicks if he does go for the rotations, and they want to make something, have something that gives space and is a building hitter. They have no real objective taker
Yeah,
just yet.
that's a good point. DK could be very good for them.
他
I
们
think
都
with
给
DK,
你
you
打
generally
跑
want
了
to。see the enemy's mid, which OG has the potential to do. So if Faces pick something and they think they can put the DK mid, I think it's a good pick. Hood DK does not die this game.
Ooh, they see the OD though. That might put some fear. They might go back for something like a TA or something. They really do like picking that because it's kind of like the same concept. The hero that can kind of like get involved more early and have a good laning phase at least, especially.
Remember
Not
last
worry
time
so much.
Faces played CM Ogre or versus TA though?
That is true.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Snap me or he, my
they
hey.
do.
Alright, they
No.
do it anyways.
I think he's not folding already.
Now they
I
have an
to check
objective
here
taker.
already.
They have a Roche taker. I feel like it's just like the one thing that they had left for them that can make the space for the
I
Naga
think
Siren. But
most importantly, they'll have a lot of space, a lot of vision on the map. They need something that'll single target burst in
Physical
order to
burst.
appeal. Yeah, physical burst,
Yeah.
exactly. That will use the vision and they can use that to their advantage.
Okay. Get some predictions, shall we? As we go around the table, we'll start with Melini.
I'm going with Faceless for real
Mhm.
this time.
Okay. Why?
I just think they're riding a high right now. Yep.
okay. I'm also gonna go with.
He's not giving you any help there at all.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I'm also gonna go with Faceless. I think that I just really like the way that they played with the CM Ogre. I think that it's gonna work well. I think they can make the same type of rotations as the last game.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Curtis?
surprised. I didn't think I'd be betting on the Faceless 2-0, but I am. I'm going with Faceless. I think OG's lineup is a bit slow, and it's hard to play those types of lineup versus a team with CM aura. I think Faceless demonstrated that they're very effective at abusing that CM aura. I expect them to play a high-paced game again this game.
Okay. Thank you very much. All
请
of
问
our
一定要唱
on
火
the
箭歌
panel have gone with Faceless. Perhaps a little bit surprising after we saw OG come into this as one of the favourites to lift the entire thing. They are on the back foot right now. They need to win this one to stay in the Kiev Major, or can Faceless make their first semi-final? Let's find out as we head back to our commentary team for game number 2.
As many people have pointed out, it seems like OG have gotten themselves stuck in a pattern. They constantly have the Southeast Asian teams as some sort of sticking point. They've been eliminated from a major Valve tournament twice now by a Southeast Asian team, and this could be the third one, as they are just one game away from being eliminated once again and going out in the bottom, like not being able to make it to the top 4 would be a huge blow to OG.
Yeah, definitely one of the expected teams to do really well. After the group stage, they had some issues, but this game looks better at least than Game 1. Game 1 was a lot of what OG wanted, but they didn't fit together well. This game, at least, I feel like they have lots of team fight control. Not necessarily active control, more like we decide where to fight. If it's going bad, we're going to song. If you're going to run away, we're going to glimpse you back. And they're also
can flat
or escape. So I feel like OG has a
you
lot
can
better
flat
tools to protect the one guy.
Yeah, but the thing is, what the fuck am I going to do? Just
not
go after
bad.
that? Like, them Chao too, bro.
There as well, but I feel like they'll better be able to do what they want to do at all stages of the game with this lineup.
And I kind of want to get a jump ahead on this storyline because I know people are going to go to it. Once again,
I still got full FPT one,
are going for another Radiant.
This guy opening damn fucking line.
Another Radiant
fucking
illusion
PFR
here.
30,
They tried
bro.
in the first game, didn't work out with the Alchemist. We obviously, that was the storyline for DAC as well, and they failed to actually close out that game against IG. They couldn't close out that final series. So do you think they're going to have a similar problem here? Because it did seem like Faceless had a very strict game plan to be able to deal with that Alchemist. Do you think we're going to see a similar game plan here in this game too?
Yeah, I mean, Faceless seems to have almost exactly the same draft, really. They've got Morphling, they've got Crystal Maiden, they've got Ogre. They have the same accelerants, they have the same map pressure, they have the same laning advantage, but the difference is that I just feel
this
like
guy
OG's lineup can do so much more this game. They can pressure aggressively. Pudge could really pay off here. It looks like they're actually going for an aggro try, and this has been predicted.
Yeah, he has it.
Is going to be in the safe lane.
If he dare to do this kind of
what to expect. And,
he has to have it lah.
Against Centaur versus Morphling.
Oh, he's super leveling. He's like,
possibly, yeah, it'll be a 2v1 eventually, but it will start in 1v1. So I think this is
good
jam
you
teams,
like
both Centaur and Nyx.
He opened damn big also, my
if they get some levels, but I would say this maybe favors Nyx
he
more.
Opened 3x,
the faster he gets to 6 here, that's going to change a lot of this early.
That's why the big stack is also like,
illusions
the big
here,
stack is also like, okay, you play so weird, let me try to click you.
And mid lane, we do have a slight advantage to Faceless as well. XY currently standing as the bodyguard to Jabs' OD. Obviously, that Ignite very good versus the Refraction. Bottom lane, Ice does burn down a little bit low on the Nyx Assassin. Looks like he should be fine, though. The Pudge, a great roaming forward position, but can't really he can't really offset the power of what the Ogre does. Top lane, looks like they are going to have a go here on the Black, and he's actually going to die. They're just going to slow him down enough. He can't morph strength for too much longer, so first blood for S4. Now the Centaur, like especially if you get Shrink Boots and that sort of thing, like he can actually play this lane very double-edge heavy against the Morphling and force him out of that max agility that the Morphling's usually so comfortable in 1v1.
Yeah, such a great time to get a gank off. Morphling pre-waveform is really the best window for OG, considering that they don't have a lot of disable. They've got lots of damage, and Glimpse will be very effective sometimes, but a big first blood to start off the game. And Morphling's practically off lane right now. Just the pressure of Jarex being there is going to make him just play a lot safer. He didn't even go for the last hits on that last wave. Didn't even guarantee the level 2 because he's just so afraid that Jarex would show up again.
He finally does pick up the level 2, and it should feel a little bit more safe. But even then, right, if Pudge loops around, he slows you down, you're forced to waveform, you can still be gone by the hook, right? It's a simple straight line. So this is definitely going to be a lane that at some point in time, our Morphling is going to need the assistance of Nuts. Nuts has picked up his level 2, cleared out that off-lane jungle, and will now join his carry.
And in the meantime, No-Tail just still playing the off-lane Naga Siren. It's actually semi-viable in a 1v1 situation as long as the supports don't rotate over, but the hero they want to pressure is Pudge, actually.
Oh, they've almost got him, but they just kept the vision. Nice play from Jarex. He's going to be able to catch Nuts here, but can he actually chase out this kill? A lot of tower shots onto Nuts there. He will manage to... Oh, no, he got hit by that Thunderstrike and is going to end up going down. Now XY is going to be cornered up by S4.
Are you watching?
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I'm watching now.
咩嚟嘅呢個？咩撚嚟嘅？你而家 can tank some more, dude. Okay, we shove. Snap. You can 4 here, meh? You fucking what fuck draw also going 4-5, King Jack, Jack 5. Oh, nice spew.
Oh.
Spew.
Hit. Tiadanya hit.
I can still maintain 20 VPIP and 17 PFR, dude. With this stack, guys. Don't play with me, bro. Oh, DA.
We are going to need the help, the assistance of Jarex's Pudge. He's trying to line up for a hook right now, but the kind of body blocking Ana out. Jarex doesn't have a clear shot, so instead he's going to be forced to hit XY, but bringing him into the tower doesn't do much to the tanky Ogre. Nice rebuttal there from Faceless, managing to pick up that mid kill on Ana. Even if they are not faring the best in their side lanes, at least they're still winning mid.
Yeah, it was a really nice gank, and once again, Nuts is there at the perfect time to land his combo. Did a great job as well walking to the right, trying to avoid getting hooked under tower.
Ice,
He feared the hook after that last one, we'll see if it affects his play, but OG's going to be happy.
Oh, just a little bit shy there from Jerix. Mid lane, jabs. Seems a little bit.
You know what I just folded, dude?
Strike, but again, XY
Fucking
always in the neighborhood, and he's a force to be reckoned with.
This
No
guy
one
got
really
10
wants to
PFR.
challenge
He's been damn fucking tight, so fuck
cool.
it. Fuck it. Just fold.
Oh, he's got the
Flop don't come out, king, queen can already.
That's awesome.
Okay. Nice
I
flop.
just want to talk about
Okay.
cosmetics. I'll cast you down.
good for.
No,
Okay.
I'm not a cosmetics guy, unfortunately, Kevin. I only care about my looks outside of the game.
Okay, alright, makes sense. Alright, Naga Siren picking up 5 in the off lane. It's almost time for him to leave, I think. It's that like 5 to 7 minute period. We're like, oh, we start on aggro try, but at some point you have to fear the ganks and the reasons that off lane usually is a bit dangerous. But fast arcane boots for him, that basically means his farm acceleration will be there. But Fly's going to rotate to the bot lane. S4 TPing in is going to start the first rotation. And they're actually holding a skill point on No-Tail. Maybe they're hoping to do like an ensnare into a or hook into Centaur Stomp. Centaur's still 5 mana short, and the creeps definitely reveal S4.
我也有感觉。
Yeah, they're just going to play normal with this one. Nago rotating this safely? No.
This early Vanguard build from the Centaur is kind of interesting. He's got the queued up for the Vitality booster.
I actually like it a lot. There are a lot of things needed from Faceless. Both Ogre and CM, they have great nuke damage, but their right clicks are definitely a large part about that as well. Maybe not CM. But, if you get a Vanguard drop early in the game, that's 100% of a right click. 70 damage is huge in the early game. So if he's got these levels, and it helps him basically go wherever he wants to. I think
The Australian guy is a fucking maniac, dude.
Do you think it's more valuable than the Hooded Defiance? Which would be the normal, other tanky item for a Centaur to pick up?
You know, I think this game Vanguard is definitely the safer move. Obviously, there's a lot of magic ammo. No-Tail might be in trouble here.
No-Tail slowed down. They are going to be able to get the waveform in front of him. Kind of body blocking him with the Thunder Show. Oh, nice hook there from the side of Jerix. Is going to be able to save the life of No-Tail here. Black is dropping kind of low, but it looks like they're still going to pursue out Jerix. Try and at least get something out of this one. It looks like, no, it's denied too. Oh, Jerix is doing so much. Do you really think that's worth it? But it does seem like the combination of having a 4 position that roams and being able to operate as a saving hero is working out very nicely for OG.
Everybody was
the guy's spewing
so
dog, dude.
favoring things like Monkey King, but Pudge is a very abusable.
你的声音突然变好低哦。
It's like 2 ranges of Force Staff, and if it puts your opponent out of position, gets them under tower, that's a lot of damage you'd never get out of a Monkey King.
Looking at that net worth chart, it's looking pretty for the OG members. They've got their top 3 cores in the top 4. The OD is in there, and Nyx Assassin's not too far behind that top 4 area, but it's that Morphling that's really suffering.
Yeah, he's sitting about the same farm as the Pudge. That's not a good sign. He's still been playing a sort of offlane role, which may mean that it's very heavily on jabs here to have a good early game.
Kinetic field, but the waveform's there to get the extra damage. Maybe XY can chase him down. Just needs more right clicks, and they got it from Nuts.
And did his best there to stay alive. They do get the jab skill in the mid lane.
That is huge. Anna needed something like that to be able to come back into this game. Nice rotation.
So to finish the Vanguard thought, Hood is great this game. There's a lot of magic damage, but a Vanguard at this point in the game is an extra 250 HP, and in some ways you could say the health is equivalent to magic resistance. So, and plus it also blocks right-click physical attack. So I feel like they're kind of comparable. Obviously Hood's going to scale better as Centaur's HP increases massively, but because he got this so early and he's got so many levels, I think you can just buy this. It covers you against all situations, and you can just bully your lane.
If he wants to, you can always get the Hooded Defiance a little bit later, and presuming his second choice is still going to be the Blink Dagger. I doubt he'll deviate that much.
Yeah, probably. With 2 more tangos in the Vanguard, he's going to hit full HP pretty soon. And level 7 on him is a lot of damage threat, actually. If anybody ends up getting caught here. Ice TPing to the Shrine, going for an invis gank to the top lane now.
But, oh, never mind. That's actually Faces' vision. They do have a sentry here, so Blind's going to be able to spot him out, but he does get his combination out. So maybe the Morphling can finish up. Again, the waveform and the right click does manage to secure a kill on a support. So Ice. The beginning of his notorious off-lane rotations have just begun.
The downside of not having it stunned. Deaths like that would never happen otherwise.
Yes.
or Disruptor. OG now pressuring the offlane tower, just JRX and Pudge here, but that's a really potent duo. They could threaten a lot of heroes right now. Another thing really going for OG this game is the OD banish. Astral's obviously a great skill, but there's a lot of situations where it's just going to give you an easy
but the
push
Vesa guy,
them, but they're going to TP to go in on this.
Them not scared of.
Centaur.
Looks like Faceless may
scared.
have
You know that King Jet one? You can reshove there.
Ice is able to hit the stun there. Nice hook back there from JRX. Getting more control.
Oh, they checked to him and he bet, is it?
Yeah, he bet.
Look for
He
more
bet.
as
He's the
Ford gets
initial
stunned up by the Ogre, but they will at least claim
Oh.
the life of the Crystal Maiden. Nice slowed down. Now Anna's here as well. Another great hook from JRX. He is on point here. XY pulled back by Fly. A third kill picked up by OG. This is not going to be the one-sided stomp we saw in game number 1.
Oh, it might be just the other way around, perhaps. I mean, great ability to pressure there. So S4 still has
Cooler
a point of
bo pian
return,
ah.
and it's
Cooler si bo pian eh.
extra hook stomp stun duration, the extra damage from that is making the difference. And
Get
even
more lah,
Glimpse looks
please.
so powerful
Cooler
with
si
a
bo
Centaur
pian
on
eh.
the team like that. If he's got enough time to get the cooldown
Cooler
off.
si
And
bo
he doesn't
pian.
need a blink dagger. That's what it feels like right now. But he's still making the initiations happen just by being tanky.
It looks like they're going to be able to create a lot of space for both Anna right now. He could use a little bit of space to farm up his first item, which he's currently got queued up as his Blink Dagger, but especially No Tail. No Tail could use this extra time to complete that Radiance. So I'm presuming we're going to see OG continue to be quite aggressive with at least this trio. And you can see them currently trying to set up for a pickoff on Ice, but he snapped. They do manage to get the spike, Carapace, turnaround stun. JRX is going to get popped by that one. Nice play from Ice, but it looks like he may still be giving up his life. Maybe not. TP in from Jab is going to be able to catch the Centaur. Good send back there from Fly. Does save the life of Ice as he claims a kill.
Yeah, but S4 as well. The glimpse is absolutely important.
Oh, JRX actually knows where Jabs win, I think.
Oh, he sees him, yeah.
So he sees him now. Hooks. No, that's way off the mark. It's okay, JRX. You landed a lot of them.
Slightly wrong estimation. He also popped the tome before he did move to the bot lane, and he was just a fraction away from 6. A bit unfortunate he didn't have slightly more experience. Maybe would have killed Ice then. The OD even rotated all the way to the top lane there just to try to set up the kill on No Tail with an Invis rune, but after TPing bottom and getting Glimpse back, that actually wasted a lot of that guy's time.
Alright,
He does
what
still
for
have Midas though,
sixes?
so he'll be alright.
I see Black and he's
Good luck,
farming up,
sir.
but he's still kind of suffering in the net worth and with the pressure that's heading down.
Wow,
the
the
bottom
chip
lane,
leader
Ice
cannot
Ice
go
is
in
actually
here.
having some
Because
issues as
too
well.
many.
Little bit
So
surprised
I
he's not moving around a bit more with this Nyx assassin.
jadi lah kau
I
kat
guess with
sini.
a combination of pressure and as well as him wanting to be able to build into that hand of Midas. His ganks are actually going to come to his lane, it looks like. Jab's looking for the imprisonment to set up the stun. S4 hides himself in the trees.
Oh,
Very
yes.
nice. Jabs does not want to go for the melee contest.
Yeah, they doubt they have enough
Wow.
damage. They get a hook on
My
the mid lane.
fucking
Nuts
CM
goes
just
down.
die cop.
That was a very dead Crystal Maiden. Anna actually picks up double damage for his bottle. That's a big pickup. Maybe threatened an early tower. Imprisonment pushes out the wave.
I just feel like Faceless doesn't have enough damage output is the main issue. I mean, they could have maybe gone for the Centaur in the trees, but when he just gets defensive like that, he's playing with all of his tools. He's got a 10-stick, he's got a Coin Blade, so he can juke into trees and get stomps off. It's just very difficult for Faceless to guarantee those kills. And Black would probably love to go to the safe lane and get farm, but the time that he was going to rotate to the safe lane, it was already in a dangerous position, and the Pudge just puts so much pressure on the safe lane. You don't have to dive the tower. You can just get the right hook off and guarantee a carry kill.
We're seeing, as a reaction, Black is going to be picking up a Lincoln Sphere.
It's a good choice.
To be kind of be able to deal with the glimpse, right?
I'm thinking of Pudge Dismember as well.
Yeah.
If he does get hooked, at least he guarantees he gets a waveform off.
But it does mean no BKB is going to be picked up by the Morphlane anytime soon, so he's still going to be very susceptible to the Kinetic Field Static Storm.
Yeah.
And that'll be the other really big team fight ability that OG can play off of, especially since they have the Naga Siren Sleep to set it all up.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. We haven't seen that in a while, but it's super terrifying. And it'll just, for 1 second, if you get a little too close to one another, they're going to get that AoE team fight off. And that's something they were using very well at DAC. It's just Naga into Black Hole. Static Storm is, in some ways, very similar.
They are really maintaining this kind of split from Faceless once again. Seems like they have this idea that, mid, they're going to be able to reveal that Blink Dagger from Ana. He's still at that double damage, too, so Japs gets blown up pretty quickly. They do manage to get Jarex at least, but it's going to be a 2 for...
I really like what S4 did there. He instantly gets his Blink Dagger TPs the mid lane. He didn't go in on the Ogre, the guy that was going to die. He waited to see if there was a little backup, and he almost got Black. If Black closer, stayed half a second longer, that could have been a follow-up kill with the status storm. That would have been a huge play there for OG. Either way, still getting 2 kills is really good for them right now.
Yeah, rapid presence of OG into the mid lane not only catches kill, but also takes that mid tower. And, running around like some hero out of an anime. He's heading towards bottom lane. Ice is going to be in some trouble here. Ana.
Oh, he gets a hook.
There it is. The hook. The spike carapace buys him a little bit of time. Doesn't have the stun quite yet. And does have the turnaround potentially. Nuts. He needs to be able to stop Ana, but he doesn't have the mana to do so. Nuts now hides himself in the trees, hoping to be able to get out. Kinetic field, not quite catching Ana. That means Nuts is going to be found inside the trees, and should be a simple pop.
Monster kill.
Ana blinking forward, immediately wanted to take that safe lane tower.
Yeah, Jerks just wanted to help him get to the tower a little faster there. Worked out pretty nice.
And this has gone from Ana suffering in his timing to getting that early blink dagger to now have the blink and closing in on Deso pretty fast.
He's got 8 kills. Is that true? Am I clicked on the 8 kills? Is that really happening? Yeah, that's confirmed. 8 Templar Assassin kills at the 15-minute mark.
That's kind of insane. And that's a lot of it due to OG's setting him up. Like, he had a bad laning phase. There's not so much that TA can do by himself. OG's rotation's been very on point. Jarex in particular has just created a monster of an early game.
I think maybe this is part of what OG was doing here in their draft. Let Faceless get the same kind of supports. Ones that are very good at lane pressure, good at ganking, but then all they have to do is pick really tanky cores, hard to kill cores, and all of a sudden the Ogre and the CM feel really mediocre.
Like, look at him. He's actually going Solar Crest up next on the Centaur.
Okay. He does need armor. Tranquils doesn't give you armor anymore, and he's pretty good at damage blocking, so Solar Crest would give him evasion. It'd make OD kind of bad against him, especially once he gets the evasion part up, but same principle. Bloodlust makes you right-click faster, grab armor. It's kind of the same thing. Counters the attack speed a bit.
And we could see a very fast Roshan from that as well.
This guy, look at this guy, dude. He's open 6x, bro.
Do it. Get a medallion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just controlling the map so well right now. They'd love to take the last tier 1 tower top, and they've got a ward for it. They're just looking for faceless heroes. They get killed, they'll try to take a tower right after.
All this aggressive vision in the left-hand side of the map here from OG doesn't quite net them a kill.
Wow, this guy 25 BB just
their own jungle, but if they do
scary, bro. 4%
PFR.
4% PFR open gem like that.
Really
at least Ace King, at least.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough for Faceless to take a fight into this. If things go a little bit iffy, they cast Song. If it gets really bad, cast Stampede and Initiate. Almost
He's
no
like,
matter what they
fuck
do,
it, I just want to take down.
Spots him out.
He's
going to be able to clip jabs there. He's going to be forced to imprison himself, but S4 managed to hold on to his stun. They're going to be able to get him. Oh, so much damage coming out from Ana right now. He's still holding on to a double damage rune. What is that hype and fade? I feel like I've seen him for the last 4 minutes having DDs.
That's all he's got, I guess. DDs every day. Holds him for the right time and helps him take roads
5x
faster.
now.
I also love that
blind versus
for
blind.
the next move. A lot of really good supports will do this. We have
I guess blind versus blind is not
I'm
that
gonna look
bad.
for the next kill. So he moves a little bit far out and instantly gets a spot that allows S4 to force out the defensive Astral. Really nice move that helps set even more tempo here. So Black is desperately trying to get his first item. Still doesn't have the ultimate or part of the Lincolns, and that just looks so bad for Faceless right now. So a Morphling playing from that far behind doesn't seem like it's going to be very useful. He's like 1,200 gold behind Centaur, for God's sake.
Boy, I'm looking at this Nyx assassin thinking, like, this is not the same kind of offlaner. Last game we had this bat always pressures the enemy carry. This time around we have a very aggressive ganking offlaner that hasn't managed to pick up too many kills. Did pick up the Hanamite, so he'll at least still stay somewhat relevant. Mid. XY drops kind of low. And not able to pursue. Thinking about it, he's kind of positioned himself for the blink if he wants to. He's actually able to work with, so he's playing pretty fearlessly at this point.
Yeah, he is. So it's kind of a reverse of what we saw last game. Ice plays the bad end, sits in the lane, gets some stuff done. As for this game, very hard to kill, sits in the lane, gets stuff done, and then it swaps around the other way. Nyx Assassin's got to move around the map, get kills, but he can't really stay in his lane forever because he has to worry about things like Pudge and TA and other setup heroes. So Faceless is forced to go on the aggressive, and they had a bit of a weaker lane start, which means that Morphly can't even get that active early. He's got to force himself to get farm and catch up a little bit. So I feel like OG has
Give
a
me
huge
some nice
strategy
ace,
here.
lah,
Not to mention
way.
the
Keep
fact
giving me
that
until
Radiance
ace.
is ready to go. 20 minutes in, and now they got to deal with that. They will have Replicate at least, so they're going to be able to steal some illusions and radiances of their own, but the pressure begins, and the towers are very likely going to take a lot of damage.
Black may be the victim of an OG rotation soon if he's not careful. I've been feeling like OG with this Radiance, they'd love to actually start forcing some real team fights. Ice, ice, ice. He's sitting, waiting, lurking, hoping. Courier slides on by, but maybe he can still catch it.
It's just a little too fast. His ulti runs out, they saw him there, so I doubt the Courier will get sniped on the way back. I don't know if they care though. They do kill a Replicate as well, that's huge. That's going to ensure that Templar Assassin's refraction doesn't get broken.
And they're also going to be farming up the enemy jungle as well. You can see the Naga Siren already spreading out those illusions. So if Black wants to be able to farm, he has to like go into the enemy jungle or show himself deep up there. If he does that, then OG feel very comfortable taking an objective. Nice snag there on the jabs. Jarek's just solo killed an OD, it looks like. Oh, barely. The Rod snags him just at the tail end there from that force stab.
That's some powerful funk, man. You're in a different dimension, but the smash still goes through. Guarantees the kill.
Can't get away.
Yeah. It goes sticks on you, you know? It goes with you. You get one elevator that somebody's
Ice, ice, ice. He really wants to find this Naga Siren pickoff, but he's going to be found instead. Stunned up, takes a majority of the damage. The Static Storm making sure there's no opportunity for a Spike Carapace and No Tail. Sorry, actually Fly was the one who picked up that kill. I thought No Tail snagged it, but looks like the Static Storm was just a bit too much. Maybe Ana can actually grab a little bit more here. 2 down. He knows he finds anybody. Pretty much guaranteed dead. Fortunately, Nuts did manage to TP out. Looks like they have some very defensive vision on the left-hand side. They had a ward combination that saw Ana.
Definitely a very good place to have it, since this is like the key area for Pudge to stand. He can hook mid lane, he can hook top lane. He'll be moving there often. But the key to the team fights in the ganks is basically just Nyx Assassin. If they kill him, who's going to set up the fights? It's not going to be CM, it's not going to be Ogre. They don't have reliable initiation.
不大不会打，我们那么好兄弟是不是？
But he's actually going to throw it out onto Jabs, knowing that Ana has the Aegis. They really want to fight this one out, but Nuts does manage to finish off that Aegis with his freezing field.
Oh, Faceless is going to win this fight.
Ana, but he actually hit him with the waveform. So he does manage to flick himself away. What a huge stop, though. The Centaur can close the fight. Now they get their turnaround. They're going to be able to blow up the Morphling as he's rooted in, gets him with the ensnare. Catch the Centaur, but there's the extra hold. Nobody from Faceless escapes alive.
Huh?
And they all go down there. Triple kill for Ana for you companion predictors, and
Murkut.
huge team fight there.
Hey, what's up, man?
Actually changed the scope of that team fight.
Hey, you shut fuck up, ah.
Hey. Hey, Taiwan, go back to China. Taiwan, go back to China.
13 seconds for the next one.
What's with the delay, wait? He wanted to talk to you, then he suddenly like, hey. Hey, what's up, hey, Murkut?
Nah,
You just woke up, ah?
No, I went to looking at digital more. I don't know how my graphic card, my processor got up to 100. Nah, man,
Just buy, ah.
I bought new one already.
Your processor go up to 100 as in what, the temperature?
Degree, yeah.
So you completely fried?
Haven't fried yet. I just noticed. That's why it's so hot. I know on aircon and play lah. That's one thing but yeah, you reach out to 100 and still.
Hey, how do you know if your processor is 100? It's me, I think my processor might die.
Download Core Temp or download whatever.
Hey, did you go try the downloadmoreram.com?
Who?
From the support position. And maybe
You are.
the excitement.
Damn sick with the free rams there.
Who you talking to, me?
Hey, we kinda got
You lah.
What's that? Download freerams.com.
In this game, I think the Pudge has been
Yeah.
really solid. Especially with the gank heroes that Faceless has been running. The
Downloadmoreram.com.
damage is a bit limited, and usually
So
with
it's
those
very
first
good, is
hero
it?
work if you
Do
survive
extra
the
ram
first,
ah,
you're gonna
when you
win.
play games.
Pudge is great.
Which one, dude? This one, dude.
Ah, Ace King, Ace King Lizo.
Dude, what's this? What's this download more RAM, dude? Does it work?
Hey,
Get
Jason.
more RAM lah.
Time to GG.
So they're just looking for
Does it work?
Yeah lah. If not,
the only person who's really separated
It's good, ah.
Hotel, but you can see he's playing
Very
off
good.
of his towers almost the entire time.
Is it chocolate? That's the question.
Do all the work.
no.
Alright, kena reshuffle already.
Only downside to that is
King
that
Queen,
you
okay,
can
siam ah.
Oh!
Oh, lane.
Oh my god.
Okay. Hey! 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 We are not dead yet, bro. We are not dead yet, lah.
against
Oh,
OD as
I'm
well.
giving you the power.
You're giving me the power, lah, bro. Power, lah, bro. This one.
A couple of heroes here. OG spending some time farming together, farming their way through the jungle.
Power win. Easy power.
Power, lah, this one.
Top, maybe to stop that tier 1 tower from going down in the process. They're gonna run
But later you need to come real me, mate.
beyond
You playing, man?
already for Anna.
Yeah.
25 minutes.
What are you playing?
That's actually insane. Any hero that he
Don't need
right
it.
now,
I thought you busted already.
Big 110.
Morphling
Oh,
by himself, there's a Lincoln to stop it, but any other hero, he's gonna get a kill this game, I think. Maybe not Nick. That one would be a little harder. And in the meantime, Nick's Assassin just spending some time hitting up neutrals. He's gonna be looking for a courier sniper. He actually might get this one.
Oh no,
Not quite
position
in the
yourself
right
farther.
No!
Ice, like damn it all.
Yep.
It just keeps on sneaking by him every time.
If he had been there like 4 seconds earlier, just to get to the high ground before the courier was envisioned, that would have been a snipe. But he's gonna hopefully wait for it to come right back up. I don't see any items on it instantly, so
What a turn. What a turn.
Manta, soon to be complete for No Tail. And I have to wonder, like, once you get that much split pushing power, Faceless, I mean, they still do have the late game, right? Like, the early game has gone terrible, but they still have OD and Morphling to be able to fall back.
they're gonna try to kill Anna here or somebody else. They're spotting. They're smoked up, but he didn't end up following No Tail. Maybe not feeling confident about that kill, but wasted smoke there from Faceless. That could be a little expensive as the game continues. When you're losing, ganks are the best way to get back in the game, and losing smokes for nothing is not the best trade. But at least OD's farming very well. He's ahead of Centaur. That's good.
I was about to say, well, it's a relative term, right? Nuts.
这个
Fortunately, he
应该会打，
so
知道我会打一发，我第二发不打就是骗，所以我试试看打第二发。
I'm quite skeptical about this download more RAM.
Why?
Really? Just download only. Wayne download.
Yeah lah, I downloaded many times already.
I need Wayne's approval. Wayne.
You can download lah, but it doesn't do jack shit lah.
You download lah, Wayne.
No.
Yeah.
Jason download lah. Jason is an avid believer.
He's ahead of schedule and he's building the perfect.
Dude, RAMs are just physical, man. But I reread this one says like soft RAM, soft RAM.
Oh my god!
it's not what you wanted to be doing with this Nyx Assassin, but because the minutes the game went so poorly, it's what you've been forced to do.
Their group
Oh.
pretty heavily right now. Fearing
Oh.
right now, I believe.
Oh.
OD will show maybe
Oh.
creeps, so maybe
Oh.
he'll move out again. But
Oh.
Ogre's still pushing top. This is a little dangerous for him, but
Wow.
the benefit is that
No,
he'll
man.
end up getting
Wait.
it's only
I defend big blind with 5-8 off.
Somebody's got to push out these things, right? And Morphling,
I check the chip leader min bet, you know.
super comfortable with
I flat long,
be caught by
turn ace, you know.
Centaur stun, could be
My high there, I'm like, oh my god. Then I check.
the disruptor, fly just,
Then turn he min bet again. Bo pian no call lor. River check. He got tens.
Yeah, they like to do that shit, dude. Just so you know. When they mean bad lah, it means they are going for like super mean value. Means they got like, decent hand one. Wow, this one mean 3 bet. Siamo eh.
guys right away. And in case OG didn't feel confident enough in team fight, this is gonna be even easier.
Kena
for
flat.
He
Take
is
care,
still a
bro.
little vulnerable. It's always a thing
Take
you
care,
gotta think
Rota.
about playing this hero, but
You don't have aces here leh, you take care.
especially if you take until after the respawn.
It's got to be feeling so terrible for Faceless because they can't beat OG in split pushing. There's a Naga Siren, and they can't beat him in team fight. Like as long as OG don't lose in the pickoff game, they should just be able to build more and more of an advantage. They've already taken almost every single outer tower. All that's left is the top tier 2, and with this Aegis, I'm pretty sure they're going to try and at least poke at high ground and see how Faceless responds.
Yeah, this is definitely their moment here. Get the lane pushed out. They might need one.
Damn
hero.
sian nah, have this Sohai on my left, motherfucker.
They're gonna send to lose across the map. And that's one way to do it, but XY's been doing a pretty good job pushing them.
Wow, this flop.
Can they catch
Sedap.
Black on the mid lane? They could song for this maybe? They're just gonna do it.
Gonna jump forward with Anna. Nice stun. A 3-man goes out from Ice, but he still managed to snag him with the ensnare. Jerix is lined up for a perfect hook. The dismember allows Anna to be able to clean up that kill. A carry down for 40 seconds. What better time to go high ground and see if they can force a buyback?
And they still got level 3 song. They started the hook. Oh, that would have been huge.
Them
Got
chat
Gem on Jeb,
baby.
so if he did grab that next kill, that would have been one of the easier ways to clean up the mid lane.
Oh, jump forward here. Going for nuts deep inside the base, but he is going to be
Nick.
stunned up by XY. Anna will turn his attention presumably towards that tier 3.
Morocco 有 download 的 了。
Away at it.
哎，Morocco 照了。
That's definitely a dead C. And they go in.
Oh, you mean?
Stun from S4, managed to catch Jab.
The fuck?
Pulls him up.
Yeah, he went AFK.
Good coordination
He might need to get through it.
of OG. Ice pops the Shrine in order to stay alive against Anna. Now he turns his attention towards XY, but realizes with the buyback, he doesn't really need to stick around. Backs away, resets the whole entire fight for OG to start sieging the base once again.
In the building, does get stunned. Mana drain is pretty bad for him, but
he's not going to have any refraction to work off, but the sleep comes out just in time. They save the Aegis, and that's a big-time win for OG. They still have plenty of time to work with this Aegis, so if they go, they back up the base, or they just Shrine, they can probably push high ground.
Really good choice by them to back up there. They did their best fishing attempts. They did get the OD kill and buyback. That's absolutely worth it. 3, 6, and 0 now on Jabs, having a rough game. And it's just the typical problem with OD. He does do a lot of damage, but if you have to worry about all these disables, magic damage, you got to get BKB, and then you only have 12 armor. And against somebody that can lower 8 armor from the meld and 7 from the Deso, you have this big target on your forehead. Please, stun me once, so I don't BKB, and then hit me 2 times.
So
it looks like his solution is kind of the obvious one. Go for the Shivas, increase intelligence as well as armor, but there's got to be some other options, right? Where are the support items? Where are the helpful items that can save this OD? We've got a Solar Crest for the Ogre, but Nuts, he would be the other one to pick it up. He doesn't have anywhere close to that 4-star.
Yeah, he's been having a tough game as well. I mean, he's been spending a lot of time in the jungle, but I'm sure he spent most of this on Observer Wards. And even using the Solar Crest to save allies defensively, it's very difficult to do it at the right time. You have to throw it down before the first attack even lands to make it really effective. And it's really, when they're initiating instantly, it's tough to react perfectly.
OG have come right back. Start throwing the illusions in one by one. I like this. It's a good way to be able to stop the potential initiation from the Nyx assassin with that blink dagger. And gives Anna a lot more freedom. Whack on that tier 3. So that's going to be tier 3 down. OG are not going to back up and hit shrines. They still want to be able to work around with this Aegis. The melee racks down to half health. And falling rapidly. Faceless are not going to fight this one. They're letting the Morphling push out the top lane. And honestly, I think that's the best choice. They couldn't actually fight that. I could not see a way they can actually win a team fight, a 5-on-5 against OG, even if it was inside their own base.
Yeah, maybe the best thing they could do is initiate stun both Pudge and the TA with the same disable, but they've got to kill the TA twice, not to mention the rest of the heroes. And it's Centaur was even holding the Solar Crest. He doesn't leave him a vulnerability, keeps his armor and his evasion up. They had a pipe active and ready to go for Pudge if needed, so they just had so many ways to cover each other. And Faces is still having that same damage problem. It's almost all about the E-Blade Dagon. And against, or the E-Blade Adaptive Strike, and against a TA with Aegis, it's just not the most reliable damage.
Ice. Is he going to find solo kill?
I don't know if he can kill him.
It's been so long since he's seen an opportunity to do Nyx assassin things, but it's looking like the damage is lacking, and we do have a Glimmer Cape. Giddy Old Scepter has another mana burn. Oh, gets him. Why held on to that Glimmer Cape for so long?
He had to, because if he uses it instantly, Yule's is used on him, and it dispels it, which would guarantee the kill. So it was actually smart of him to hold that as long as he did, but unfortunately for him, does get killed. Pretty much the only way that works. The Glimmer did give him enough magic resistance to not dying one person. And a 30-second respawn time. Disruptor's alive already.
Disruptor is also, we saw him earlier, he actually killed the Morphling Replicant, right? Just like they had the Shadow Shaman last time, right? Yeah, so they grabbed the Naga Sire, and they're like, oh sweet, we push out the top lane with this Radiance Illusion.
Oh fuck.
Just he instantly gets deleted by Black.
I know Tails picked up a Fever Blade as well, making Illusions actually pretty good at right-clicking. And obviously breaking...
Okay lah, inilah dia.
Next,
King Queen off.
Great reveals, Morphin. Draining his mana.
Ini kali lah.
There's a lot of really good uses for the item in this game. They'll remove
Unless
blood
this
loss.
guy raise.
It's a great pickup by Nocta.
Betul ya. Ini kali lah.
Gives them a considerable peak at this mid-game point where OG are looking to be able to just close it out.
Ooh.
The hook almost snagging.
Game spinning in, but doesn't quite go far enough.
OG. Now it just comes to the problem of like, okay, we just have to deal with this split push enough where we're finally able to go high ground. It looks like finally.
Sevens, come on lah. Ah, Lang. Siam.
Out of the top lane.
That's my boy. Woo! Thank you, he doubled up me twice already. He damn 可怜. My stack was supposed to be his stack.
But I don't know if Faceless has the best team fight. It's gonna take a lot of very careful focus fire, chain stuns,
This fucker damn hot aggro him. Ah, hiya.
OG gonna start out.
Jam kau him. Okay, you got pocket 8, you flop fucking middle set already. Pot. See, I fucking know his playstyle, dude. Why? This kind of boy can pot one. Okay, GG, kena jam. Snap. I think he folding here. Fucking so high. What the fuck? Pot lan lah, you pot. It's Jack. Woo! How to be a fish, dude, this one. This one is really how to be a fish, eh. Fucking fish, wait. What the fuck?
Oh. You know why he bought? Because that dude, he knew he come.
High 1 over, we come like that. Bye.
Instead they use it to guarantee the kill. And once again the BKB on the OD.
Two table already, yo.
Oh, you
yeah.
BKB, we'll just sleep your whole team. Use our heavy physical damage to kill you. And that lets us guarantee
fucking tournament, by 6.5 hours, dude. I think still got another 2 hours in this tournament.
They use to abuse that matchup. OG looks really good in this game, but can they do it game 3 as well?
Yeah, I mean, it was like strategy win, game 1, would you say? Strategy win, game 2, you think these are basically like drafting going back and forth?
I think the only difference is the draft was in some ways throwy by OG, I'd say, because the first one was so many greedy picks that they wanted. They wanted all of these strong things. They forced them into weird roles. Faceless played the draft they wanted to this game, by all means. These are a lot of their comfort heroes, but OG completely outplayed.
At least the fucking maniac not my table anymore.
So I think OG just has to react properly to what Faceless goes for, if they don't change it up again, or if they do. And if they can do that, it's going to be a really easy game for them.
Faceless side, we said that their draft was kind of similar to what would they had in game number 1. Yeah. Do you think in this case, do they still make the sort of slight adjustments for game 3, or do you think we approach this in a very different line and go for an entirely different draft?
I think the crucial point was the safe off lane that can always sit there and push the lane. OG got to abuse that this game. Faceless didn't really coordinate they didn't have the heroes to combo with the Nyx. That was
wait, last remaining Taiwanese here. For one Chinese dog here. Zhu Jinmu.
Going to be very important draft, and I'm sure the panel has a lot to say about it.
Yes, indeed. Plenty to say about it after a second game. This time it goes to OG. 1-1 in terms of games, 1-1 in terms of stomps as well. Stomp in full effect.
傻逼，谁都会看啊，慢下来就没有来，还有没有？
Everything went right for OG this game. It exactly went so right for them.
Well, I think that I really like the approach that they took this game. You know, I feel like they kind of recognized the approach that they took in the last game, and they took the approach of sending this like aggro trial. They saw the Morphling come out, and they're like, okay, we're gonna put pressure onto this Morphling right away, not let the CM and the Ogre have the same type of situation that they did last time, where they were just able to move around. Right away, we see like here in the clip, and this is a bit later on, but it was just OG always constantly putting pressure on them, not letting them catch up at all. Morphling had, I think he had like 8 CS compared to like the 30 creeps of the Naga Siren at one point. He kept having to switch lanes. The Pudge was just kind of.
This tournament fucking sick, dude. 75% of the prize pool is bounty.
They were the ones on the aggressive this time rather than the opposite.
Kurt, what do you make of it?
I think OG did a good job putting pressure on. We talked about before that.
Whoever knocked out that guy sedap, we. $80
Like Slark or Spectre. Morphling's one of those. I think OG really showed how to deal with those heroes in this game. I mean, you know, I forgot.
Which guy?
The first place guy.
Just how they play Naga. They pick this. They always pick this early. We're like, oh, they could have picked it second phase, but what they did this game was really cool. They picked a Naga.
Saw some short stack here.
Meant to counter this one hero, this one Naga. They overcommit, and it's a perfect TA game for Ana, and he delivered enough.
I double up one time, then should be final 9 AD. Yeah.
Having a massive game for OG. And likewise,
King 500k stack is still considered 18 BB only. How high yeah. Yeah, at least my table. I don't know who this Dong Stell is.
He had like the most game-winning moves in the game. He had that team talk. He put the Morphling. He was everywhere. He was hitting these nice hooks. We saw him. I don't know. Punch hasn't been like that strong this pattern though, but he made it.
Ruined Black's early game.
Yeah,
Black was
exactly.
like half of top net worth for a pretty long time, just because of the one death early in the poor laning situation that he was set up for.
It's a good demonstration of how they can come together as a team. S4 again, not having the loudest of games, no time not having the loudest of games, but in the right places at the right time to support the players that are getting the kills.
Yeah, I mean, I love the
still in the
adjustment
tournament,
that they made, honestly. I like the way that Kevin kind of put it too. They were just like, oh, okay, we identify what went wrong the last game, and we alleviate the pressure off of Ana, off of Notel this game. And I really like how Kurt said as well that they drafted this Naga first, and it's like that kind of instills an idea into your enemy's head. It's like, oh, this Naga, we have to really prepare for this Naga Siren, Naga Siren, Naga Siren, and then they come out with the TA last pick, and it's like, oh man, how do we really do this when we kind of like overcompensated a bit dealing with this Naga Siren?
Do you feel like we often forget that they are a very adaptable team and they do adapt very quickly to different teams? Partly why they've been so successful in major tournaments?
Yeah, I think so. I think we sometimes overlook that, and I think we also overlooked how incredible they play around the Naga Siren, really. I mean, he didn't really have to do too much this game. It was kind of everybody else doing that, but I think it was just like the concept of it. It really instilled a weird idea into Faceless.
MVP being Ana in this particular case, but you probably could have had a good shout for Jarax here as well.
Yeah, he was involved in like 80% or more of their kills in that game too. I think he just made, yeah, like Ben said, he made Black's life miserable, but Ana overall,
King 9 is it.
2v1
GG.
matchup lane.
Stack off, bye bye.
Excelled incredibly.
Yeah, ended 17-1-5.
The ladder, boy. The ladder is real.
They always allow him to
no ladder yet lah.
Team fights.
Ladder yet 15.
That's part about it. They always enable their mid laner to just carry.
Yeah, it's one of their strengths, isn't it, that they've had before, and they had Miracle on the team as well. Being able to do the same kind of thing.
Okay,
really
this one is have to jam 70 big blind under the gun.
Incredible compared to other teams. And a lot of people might
Why is it?
It's Jack suited.
At the same time, it's something special with their Alchemist.
Yeah, it's definitely been very effective. We are tied up at 1-1
I
here.
can pressure everyone's stack.
Particular series, our second series
so
of the day.
I don't want to
we are
open and
looking
play
forward to
post
our
slot.
third draft. Players are now taking a break, a well-earned break after that second game, and they'll get themselves.
Your rejam of your call is
Until then, we've also
know
got
what
another cup
happening.
going on, the Kiev Challenge Cup, a game of balance and team
Pocket 8
coordination.
or high lot of this
Possibly
one.
go wrong when
Please
some
wait,
action
no one
smash
jam
is
me.
involved when it's OG versus newbie.
Okay, this guy raise. Flat. Flop a set.
Flat, flat, yeah.
Set.
Set time.
Teamwork. Does it make a Dota team,
It
or does it break
is.
it?
Woohoo!
We'll find out yet again. It is time for Kiev Cups. I brought two of the best teams
Wow, this flop.
in the whole team. Worky area.
He could still miss
check,
that.
he check.
Oi?
OG. Hello. How's it going? You're gonna be throwing down. Do you have enough teamwork to defeat the Kiev Cups?
Wow. Either he have monster or he have
Or do
nothing.
you have enough teamwork to defeat the Kiev
Or
Cups?
have a higher bucket, 9s, 10s, that kind of shit.
Now this is a rare opportunity.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
the Australians
10s.
got to talk some smack, so please
Has to be,
talk a little bit of smack before we get going on this team building.
Okay, now that one have to call once up. River, a lot of hands shutting down.
Come on. Wow, great. All right, fantastic. Everyone, to your cups. Grab your strings. Here we go. Strings, take them. Go, go. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Kiev Cups, go. Okay, looking good. Looking good. Building a nice foundation there on OG. A newbie,
Gem.
doing
Snap.
great.
King
Trying to
Queen
get
is
that 3
nice.
on.
Oh,
I'll let that slide. I
what
saw
a flop.
Phone
Oh,
touch
GG.
it.
Oh,
Oh!
GG, 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 GG.
Nice triple. Oh, newbie's looking real good. The foundation is made. That's legal. That's fine. That's fine. You're good. You better hurry up though. Oh, newbie.
Fucker got 61 bucks bounty.
Gentle. Like a support carrying.
Mahai, why you had the big stack on my left one with fucking dog? Serious. I'd rather have the Vesa guy. The Vesa guy damn tight.
They're catching up here. I don't know what happened with cup number 3, but that has been heavily stacked.
No, wait. That's gonna be a problem.
Okay, that's
a new kind of power.
There is zero chance that's gonna work, but good luck, guys. You've got it.
I think this is
They're running out of cups. Here we go, newbie looking good.
No, this is a problem.
Oh no. Oh, OG, oh no. Oh no, OG, what is this?
What ne, cooler man, Jack Queen man.
Gentle?
Oh my god. Miss value.
Wow, your hand, your table, that hand. Sedap. Scoop, 200k stack. Easy peasy.
It's gonna be a problem here. Oh no. OG is running out of cups.
What turn everyone's dead, dude.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Elek sweat. Withdraw pun tiada.
Okay, this hand is TTK already.
This is some
TTK
interstellar
hand
stuff
already,
you
this
guys are attempting here. Separating all the cups. Okay. If I see a finger touch that cup,
TTK
it's over.
It's okay. Siapa. Alright lah. TTK already, this hand bopian cooler. Sorry, bro.
Got it, bro. You got this.
Excellent.
Fucker, 4. Fuck the bounty. You can have it. Mahai. Wah, fuck. Wah, flop until like that, bye. Wah, turn he got outs one, bro.
Here we go. OG finally looking good again. S4 getting it.
Wait.
Messi.
You're free now, right?
Yeah, why?
I asked you about this hand. Most likely, yeah lah, true but I don't think I can afford to make that MOBA. Let me see that.
Please, first person to build a tower win. This is all in now, guys. Here we go. Newbie. Looking good. Oh. What is happening?
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Listen,
Jerax. Nice.
Pre-flop all limb. Flop 7 Jack. Okay? Hello?
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. I got 7 Jack lah.
Okay, so you flop it lah.
Everyone check. Turn is a ace of spade. So got 2 spade on the flop. So
flush of turn lah.
Flush of turn. Okay. I bet pot 1 collar.
Okay.
Queen. So flush got there on turn. Backdoor straight got there on river lah.
Okay.
The fella under the gun open half pot. No, open 70%. I re-raise. He opened 110 lah. I re-raise to 300.
They do have a problem.
He re-raised me to 1k.
That was an instant flip.
I'm only calling there, right?
Yeah.
As fish as he is and shit, there is a possibility where he has Queen Jack there, ma.
I don't think. He's probably paying you off, but
my max value is calling. Yeah, like my max value there is calling his 4 bet already. 3 bet, 4 bet, yeah. He had King 10 lah. I'm more or less putting him on King 10 kind of hand, but
That's a side cup on this one. It's for experts.
it's still scary, you know. Like
side cup. There you go. One of your cups will be tilted.
you would just flat there also, right?
Impossible.
Yep.
Some have said before. The true test of teamwork starts now.
Hopefully no cooler and no bad beat. I'm going in, sir. Hopefully I can run as good as you. Going in.
Okay.
Wait.
Instant split coming out from Newbie. They're working
Wait,
on the
oh
side.
my god.
OG already has the
Damn
side
more.
double. Could this be the fabled double
Damn more.
coming out from OG?
Please.
Okay. Do they have the gusto? Oh, Newbie.
Oh fuck, he checked! No! Why you check? I thought you gonna try bluff, my high. Oh fuck. Okay lah, but check is correct. Queen jack, queen jack. I got 2 pair.
I thought things were good.
I river 2 pairs.
Yeah, check is correct lah.
You've done it. You've proved your teamwork is the strongest. Go ahead. Talk some smack.
Like if he river and ace, so he will value. Yeah, I saw he called his 7s, is it?
Okay, that's the best we got.
Something.
Yeah.
You guys were looking so...
I hit 7 out of 2 balls.
Oh, not great round 1, but round 2
We
was
have to
really
together
good.
win 21.
Round 3, what happened to the special double cup stack that you were working on?
Yo, if you win this, your graph gonna spike like motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to conclude, we are only calling there, right?
Yeah, when he 3-bets you on the river, it's like just flat lah, like a bit awkward lah, I guess. Like,
yeah.
I mean, but I feel if you know he's calling you off with a flush, and he plays his flush like that, right? Then I think you have to go ah. Oh.
No, I'm not entirely sure. But
GG. 9-4.
if he had the jack right, he would have bet flop or turn. So that's one of the things.
Some small consolation for New.
I'm quite comfortable calling.
No, you are definitely calling river. It's just a matter of whether you think he's going to pay you off with a flush or not.
I can 4-bet jam.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I don't know lah, to be honest. So hard to say.
It's definitely just
what do you make of the
setting there off.
Should we enter a team?
I don't know.
You don't think our coordination would be too good? Or?
I don't have high hopes.
Yeah. Why did OG lose that, by the way?
I don't know. I mean, I really think, they only had 3 people. They didn't have any illusions. They didn't have their extra members to actually really enable them more. So I think that's really what they were lacking.
They needed a few more illusion cups?
Yeah, if they had like a couple, maybe like a Naga cup coming in there, definitely could have helped out a bit.
No radiance carries.
No radiance carries either, yeah.
As you can see, we're live from the Palace of Ukraine, waiting for our 2 teams to come back. And as we do that, why don't we check in with our social media questions once more? You've been very kind enough to put an absolute ton of questions in there today. It's stickied on the Reddit page. Thank you very much to the moderators over there. Our next question is, do you think Faceless's versatility might be their downfall? Example, TK from 2014.
Isn't it the opposite?
Yeah, I don't think Faceless is the most versatile.
Oh, you
would have put Random as the most versatile, wouldn't you? Certainly in terms of hero.
I mean, Random definitely plays everything.
Yeah.
They have been picking a lot of different heroes though for Faceless, at least here.
Yeah.
Like they picked, I don't know.
It's not the most, but it's by far and away not the less, not the least either. So.
Yeah, they picked. It's not like they've have exact.
Ah, you see the fuckers bounty, dude.
I've seen a couple
$220 already.
different things, like the tiny one they busted that out like twice now too.
Man, hi,
Jabs playing it and Black playing it. So I think they showed a little bit more versatility than they used to.
Do you think they have more versatility in the way that they play, their play style now, than they used to? They were very predictable before, weren't they? Kind of knew what you were going to get.
I think it's similar. I think.
Wow, why I never go in way? I got king 3 way.
The small mishaps that they have had because they always I think the big thing for them is they've always just been like, okay, lane dominators, and then it's in the mid game where it really starts to become more difficult for them. So I think they have definitely worked on that. I think Winter's definitely. I think the signs are showing that Winter has helped this team already. So.
Okay, let's take one more question. If Faceless win, I will kiss
NS.
Okay.
I don't think he would really appreciate that.
Not sure.
Anyway,
we'll take another. Actually, I think we can actually get to the draft. It's just loading now. So there we go. Okay. We'll take more social media questions, of course, throughout the day and, of course, tomorrow. So keep them coming, and we'll select the best ones and get them on air. We are underway in draft number 3 for Faceless versus OG, and we see similar bands.
No hesitation.
And a similar pick.
I mean, this team is, we've talked about it over and over, and Curtis said he's one of the best, if not the best, Naga Siren, just because of the way that they play around it as well. It's probably their best hero, one of their highest win rates, so not too shocking to see that one, especially after that last performance. They were like, No-Tail didn't even really have to get involved in the game. We just had this backup Naga. Yeah.
Are you surprised at all that they've decided to stick with the Monkey King bans rather than maybe focus on the Naga and get rid of it?
They would have just picked Alp.
Yeah.
Naga.
Yeah.
Or Terrorblade.
No,
I feel like
看人家打。
Faceless's idea. Ooh.
我打字，这我在看。
What were you saying?
Faceless's idea is sort of the way I think you have to approach OG right now, just because they have added a lot more illusion heroes, but the
和他一
illusion
起分
heroes
析啊。
seem a tiny bit weaker than before. Than they were, like, say, Boston. So you have to see the illusion hero and you want counter. And traditionally, Alchemist has been a very good counter to heroes that need to go late game, like Naga, Alchemist, those heroes. It's just because he hits such an early timing.
And they get the TM because they have second pick. Ben, you know Winter really well. What will he have said to Faceless in the break? Other than pick Alchemist if they go Naga.
Well, the thing is, I think he's had a pretty long time to prepare, which is the nice thing.
Yeah.
Winter thinks about the game much more differently than other people. I feel like, which is why I think he's really good at it as a coach. Even if you have dissenting ideas from the team, it's still another way to look at it. And from in between games number 1 and game number 2, they relied on Morphling, even though I think Naga is a little bit different in the way that you need to handle than Alchemist, because Naga is much better at team fighting, and I think like sets up for really big movements instead, like with the disruptor, and then they're gonna counter it with heavy greed.
I know Winter's a very objective person with the way he looks at things too, so he probably looked at that last game and he's probably like, it wasn't like the draft entirely that lost it first, it was just the way that they, like OG like played it as well, like they really threw everything off that Faces, like all Faces' plan kind of like messed up just because of like that one like situation, the aggro, it was like, bam.
We all mentioned it at the post-game segment where we said they effectively looked at the Naga and then just got tunnel vision and picked.
Yeah, at least the fucker next to me is decent, not
whereas this time
complete
they don't
fucking
have.
maniac.
And another thing is, I think they need a way to
是蛮不错。
Last time in the first game they picked him in phase number 3, and I feel like in the next game he couldn't do anything as a Nyx.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
这好像有感情。
is so important to Faceless and their victory.
Can we see similar bans?
I think the big point is that Faceless has second pick this time. So last time they got the last pick TA that countered basically all 5 of their heroes. But this time they can't get countered like that. So if they keep in mind that they don't have to overcommit to counter Naga. Personally, I think Alchemist and CM are pretty much good enough to counter Naga in the game. Maybe one more hero who can deal with illusions, then they can sort of give OG a taste of their own medicine, get something really good at last pick.
Definitely the Pudge was annoying for them then. That's the signal that sends.
Yeah, the Enigma ban, I mean, always makes sense with the Naga Siren. We've touched on that one a lot, but yeah, that's some respect right there, for sure.
哎呦，3枚9。
Wonder if Faceless will go for Ogre if OG don't ban it. I think it's a pretty good hero with Alchemist.
他有9的话就。
NIP would run it a lot with Cinderin and they were 6-1 or something with that combo. It's a very strong combo. You sort of secure Alchemist the early game, and he's one of the better Bloodlust heroes in the game.
And don't you want a hero that can pick up more items though? Just because I think that the game's always a little bit slower with Alch, and you want to like generally buff them up with like Glimmers, Lotus, Solar, etc. Whereas Ogre can't really do that. And I don't think he's like the best Bloodlust carrier just because he doesn't right click that often. But
that's true. I wouldn't mind a high farm Ogre this game though. Like we saw in some of the who was that team who had like 18,000 damage on Ogre? That was TNC,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Like he had a million items in Ogre. You can actually do that on the hero. In that game, he.
Is my mic very annoying?
First, but you don't have to max Bloodlust. How the spell scales, the first like couple of points can sometimes be good enough, and you can max that W.
那个小声一点点好不好？
damage at max.
Look at those OG bans.
你需要听很大声吗？还是？
They're like
因为
picnics again.
不然他一响哦，没有啦，15 OK 啦。
Seems like they really have an idea versus Isis Nyx Assassin, which in my opinion was one of his
他麦
most dominant
就会一直
players in the past for Faceless.
开音
So
开音，人家就会一直听到一点点。
pretty greedy.
Magnus Alch is a classic DAC combo. I don't think we've seen that this tournament at all.
I don't think so. We haven't seen too much out, surprisingly. It's Alch's an OG game.
And I feel like the teams who are picking it versus OG are only picking it because they're playing OG, not because they really want to play the hero.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we haven't seen too much mag lately either. Ever since like the PC game, I think that was the last one we saw.
Wow! GG flop. GG 啊 GG 这个是 GG. GG.
So there's not that many.
Ooh. That's a hero that gets more farm, right? In a way, he can.
Oh my god, Siam!
When you're up against the Naga Siren plus whatever team they have, I think like the Ogre doesn't really offer that much for the team either. Whereas the Kunga Boat is amazingly good, and it's also good at catching out on the Naga Siren. I think the X. I like it a little bit better, but they are shying away a little bit from their like super early game control because Kunga is not particularly strong as at level 1 and 2. But it is a very good combination with CM.
It's also pretty good against Disruptor. If you know
the Australian guy unstoppable, dude. Seriously, he keeps just going up and up and up, dude. What the fuck?
Something else is, I think you can taunt a Naga while she's sleeping. I believe it's like 1300 range, and Naga sleep is 1250. So if you have the
Why they put the 2 shot stacks on the other table? Fuck, they must be having the time of their lives over there. Party,
especially if you're 25.
My table second place, third place, 5th place me, 7th place also here.
I always love that when people pick
hand
support.
for hand play.
I'm gonna be very fast in the late game with my 25 talent. Just gonna
got this, bro.
So it's Axe pick. I really like
got
this.
is.
I think OG like to pick these stuns in their offlane whenever they have the.
You see, your first place is more than mine, you know.
Yeah, the space makes use for the stuns. They use the stuns to get pick off.
But my one got bounty lah, of course.
These stunners are often the heroes that gives them.
My one only 25% going.
If you win this first, right, I think you win. No, if you win this one first place, right, I think you win quite a lot.
Yeah lah, wow,
you're gonna pass.
Wow, this one. Wow, tough this one. Wow, your table.
Might struggle a little bit to dunk though. I think it's an issue. Versus like Alk and Kuka might not be terribly easy to do so. And he also doesn't know who his the safe lane matchup is.
Yeah, that's true.
So I haven't bet
one thing that can be said for Axe and
let's keep my bet beat
okay.
to
One
later
thing
in the
that can be
tournament.
said for Axe and Naga Sign together is that it's a nice combo.
Some people can just bet beat whole tournament, bro.
Blink and call.
You must learn how to do that, way. Australian guy.
20 seconds
Chala Imba call you want over.
Reset the fight. And
fuck it.
Naga
Turn it straight away. Bye.
Just because it's such a short cooldown.
That's a good point, yeah.
We cannot even finish laughing.
Yeah.
Looks it's probably Isis here, right?
Then the third. Oh!
What the thought, sir?
Wow.
Naga and terribly.
And terribly. Whoa.
Wait, this is support Naga then, right?
Oh, my one got big pot. My one got big pot. The other table got big pot.
Another side.
Yeah. Wow. 1,000.
Such a good spell versus him.
1,000.
I guess this Bristleback, they planned on it for a while because I don't think you'd normally pick against Axe. Traditionally, the heroes that counter him are Legion Commander and Axe just because you can turn him around, hit him from the front. Yeah. He's a good eggs carrier though. The eggs is.
Actually, just try to hope for no bear beat. I mean, no cooler only.
Works well with Conka with the rum too. You get multiple close.
Cooler city them sick.
Your back turned with your rum.
It should be additive.
It should be additive,
so
right?
you should take like
10%
trips. Oh no, I mean like the
quill?
damage you take the quill.
No, it's only damage you take.
No cooler.
Like you have to lose the 200 HP for it.
Jet what?
Do the quill.
Yeah,
Jet 8.
So, yeah, I don't know actually.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because like, do you get like 15? If you have like the rum effect on you, and you take, let's say you get like Lagooned or something, do you do the quills pre-reduction?
I have no idea.
I actually don't know how that one works.
I feel like in Dota 1 it'd be some like pseudo heal thing. You know how they did pseudo heals in Dota 1, and you would just spray a bin of things, but I have no idea in Dota 2.
But it's kind of cool concept though, like with the Kunkka Bristle. So if he does get turned, now he does have like that kind of save factor from the Kunkka. He has like at least the rum.
Bristleback's also a hero that greatly benefits from the CM aura.
Yeah.
I do like that, but all faces of CM lineups, they just use the aura so well. I think it is an offline Bristleback.
Are you calling a race here?
I mean, they have last pick, so they'll get to see OG's
Are you
last
bet
hero,
hoodie?
but I think it could be pretty strong.
It's like one of those. I think it like fills the concept of they did with in the first game, like that hero that just sits in the lane. Like Nyx Assassin, you kind of want to. You don't want to always be shown on the map. You want to be moving around. This one kind of feels like the same kind of concept as the Abaddon.
I guess
you
that's
can just kind of just go in.
They identify as strong. Because OG did that with Centaur in game 2. I mean, they knew it. They picked it. They would instantly lose. So you gotta ban that out.
They have 2 illusion heroes. I mean,
is that a really good Pugna game? You have the stage versus the call.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
We got the value. He revered the queen. Ha ha.
SG, and they won in the group stage.
Cannot see his hand.
Oh, he damn lucky the 8 never come out, ma hey. He open-ended queen 10.
Yeah, I agree.
8 come out, he tough game.
In this tournament, that's for sure.
Jarek's played it at
Nice.
games that I saw in the group. Maybe once or twice even? Maybe even twice I think he played it.
So it's core Terrorblade and core Naga?
Looks like it. So what, mid TB versus the Alchemist?
Yeah, it's a really good matchup for TB.
Yeah. Just the second game for the Elder Titan.
Why the other table, the 2 shot stack don't
I
want
like
to
the Elder
die,
Titan with the
we.
Disruptor. You get vision, at least as well from the Spirit, to be able to get the glimpse charges. And now they have, that's like their big team fight now is the 2 support heroes, the Disruptor and Elder Titan, to kind of help with that.
Black has no idea what he wants.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a good point too. It like really
Yeah,
hard.
Okay lah.
I mean, yeah, a lot of the heroes
Set
that
mindset,
play
mindset,
the
mindset.
Elder Titan really does punish those, like the Slark, the Morphling, things like that. It's very difficult to play versus the Elder Titan.
Yeah. There aren't that many good options for
Wow,
him.
Mahai, this flop not nice lah.
Maybe that's where they make the switch up and they could maybe put him. I think this is where they could like make the change. It's like, okay, now maybe
They didn't have
don't
that much
do it.
reserve time.
So they go back for the Tiny that they did previously, and with an Alchemist too.
I think I like it. They had a lot of sustained team fight with
Alright.
Alchemist, what they really
Give it to
lacked
you,
is some
man.
magical burst. They have a bit with the Kunkka, but it's very slow to come in. They need something a bit faster.
Okay. Our draft is complete for game number 3. Prediction time.
All right, guys, who are
Lady.
we gonna curse?
I want Faceless to lose, so I'll pick Faceless.
Wait, hold on. I don't think that's how commentators' curse works, Ben. I don't think you can.
I think Faceless is gonna win. Actually.
You
So
do
I'll
think?
I'll go with Faceless.
So Ben's going with Faceless. Okay.
I'm gonna go OG. I think that they play so well around the Naga Siren. I think they have some like cool wombo combo as well with Disruptor and Elder Titan Naga Siren, and I think that Axe can actually get away with putting a lot of pressure on the safe lane with versus a CM Kunkka.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with OG as well. I think not having a save versus Axe is what's going to eventually be Faceless's downfall. The picks are weird though. They have a Naga and a Pyramid as cores together.
You're still confused by this draft. It's gone all the way around the table and you're still scratching your head.
Not in a bad way. I'm like thinking like Terrorblade opens up the map because he does some push. You know, I don't know if Faceless can deal with illusions either.
Okay.
So.
Alright. Curtis is going to pull himself together whilst we head back to the arena for game number 3. It is all on this one for a place in the semi-final.
没有没有 turn 他没有买 turn 被逼要买的。
Let's head back to the commentary team.
And it seems like in game number 3, we are indeed going to have a very different kind of game. I'm sure our analyst is.
你 flop 买了，你 flop 买了 turn 一定要买一点。
The dumb play-by-play caster here, Kevin. It looks like to me we're gonna have a battle between Illusion Rats and tanky like mid-game brawlers.
Yeah, I think the tempo from the Tiny that he's going to bring, it could really upset a lot of what OG wants to do.
朋友不打，
It
朋友
looks
不
a
打
little。bit like game 1 to me, in that OG was grabbed a draft that looked pretty straightforward, things get changed up, and it goes somewhere else that we maybe didn't expect. And somehow Crystal Maid is already casting a spell on a hero. It's going to be Jarex. He wanted to prevent him from getting
朋友
the
不
board,
打
so
你
he
打
does
我。
succeed at that.
Yep, the early TP's out. I think that's you already said it, right? It's like Faceless, they have the potential heroes to be very disruptive to what OG want to do with the big, mid-game burst damage that they have and a lot of team fight. It's just a question of whether or not they have strong laning heroes, right? And
Oh my
Warwick's
god, the short
gotta be
stack
the
didn't
first.
die.
我水一下，你没看到
It is a little different lanes than I maybe expected, though. It's Black playing Tiny, and
This no cooler dog way,
Bristleback. A lot of
this
the Bristlebacks we've been seeing has been a core position, but
This no cooler dog.
help to be fully sustainable in his lane. With that said, though, Elder Titan's not the best early game roaming hero. He's okay by all means, but he definitely can get shut down by some stuff.
What you got on the river?
Dylan, they're gonna back up and go for a late smoke
Huh?
here. A
King
3-man
Jack suited.
intro into the jungle. Looks like Black is going to be in a position to spot this one.
What can he have
He won't
here?
be caught, but he will be losing his bounty rune most likely. At the
Jesus.
same time, Ice is going to contest the
Good
top
luck,
rune, so
mate.
they can still potentially go
What the
2
fuck,
for
he can
2.
play until like that?
And that's
Hey.
exactly what happened. So, OG,
Oh, final
they're
table already.
hoping to be able to contest and maybe grab the Alchemist as bounty
He can
rune,
have
but
aces.
actually
It's either
comes down
aces or.
So, not too unexpected to see the TBN at mid, considering the fact that they
Yeah, my King Mine like slap go his mama.
cast Metamorphosis
I
level,
find
it's
his
gonna
mama
attack the
like
crap out
slap.
of this Alchemist. And we'll see if that helps him get a good start. The aggro try that OG's currently running might have some trouble as well. They can do Frostbite into Torrent on Kunkka, which is certainly very problematic, but they are also very good at right-clicking opponents. They can amp damage, lower some armor with the Elder Titan, as well as the Naga Siren. Maybe they can get a kill on these squishy supports.
Yeah, a 0 armor.
Later my final table
He's gonna
you
have a
real
hard
me more.
time
Real,
actually
sure,
getting
real, and-
into these creeps because he puts himself there. He's immediately going to be riptided. All of a sudden, those right clicks are doing a ton of damage. And we are going to see this turn around the Frostbite. No Torrent coming out from the Kunkka, holding on to that one. It does seem like the aggro trend, at least to begin with, is going to have, I would say, like, naturally the advantage.
And Faceless just kind of upset that by claiming a kill somehow.
Yeah, and they haven't even started to see him in the jungle either, so they're going to have some mana problems, but not too surprising, I think. Did I hear a smoke, or am I just crazy? I think I'm just crazy. Nothing happened here.
You are, Purge.
That's
You're
okay.
losing it.
6 last hits now for Terrorblade. The Alchemist is 5-1. So there was basically no problem for Jabs to get last hits, and that's pretty much because he picked a Flame Blade level 1, most likely. It's very difficult to deny against that advantage, even with plus 20 damage from the first meta.
And then this top lane, I'm sure it's actually not going to be too terrible for Ice. He's already kind of blown his full mana.
没输就好咯。
Harass out the Axe early on. He'll have the Crystal Maiden as well to be able to help him out eventually once we start getting that Arcane Aura. So I'm sure this might be a 1v1 melee matchup against an Axe. I think that Bristleback is not going to be having the most problems.
可是我如果这样子，你
He's
看
already
电视也
picking
看
up
不
some
到。
magic stick charges on Axe, so eventually it's going to come down to a crucial moment where both of them try to kill each other, I think. And he does use his Shrine almost instantly just to get that mana pool. And this is one of the limitations of Bristol. You kind of need to burn through most of your mana pool to try to get a kill in the laning stage, because it all comes down to using Quill Spray like 4 or 5 times in a row. So the CM Aura, picking up level 3 now, definitely is a big threat against Axe, but he has some good solutions between Berserker's Call for the bonus armor, as well as the Magic Stick.
It's always nice being able to force the Bristleback to face you.
真的，这个狗很喜欢最后一张。
Kill potential here. He actually went for the level of Viscous Nasal Goo and is going to be running down S4. Those magic ground charges aren't going to come into play, but this stacks up on stacks. Quill Spray's going to be able to finish him off in a second. No! 7 HP. Ice goes for the first one. Is already Nuts managed to grab that one, or Jarek's managed to grab that one on Nuts at the bottom lane before he could actually claim the kill at top. Oh, that was so close. Literally 5 HP. And it's like a 400 gold difference, right? That first blood?
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. S4 surprisingly going down though. It was basically just came down to Ice holding his skill point. Usually you grab Bristleback, but was able to get Nasal Goo instead. And somehow he grabs the Bristleback skill, I believe. Not 100% on that one, but maybe he got 4 from the kill. Not sure, but either way, a really good kill from him. The slow helping a lot.
He picks up that side lane bottle. So this is really cool, the way that Ice is playing this one out. He used the quills immediately, empties his mana pool, used the shrine, really pressuring, continue to pressure S4. This is not a lane you should win naturally, I think, as the Bristleback, but the changes to the off lane are beginning to make such a huge difference. He's now killed the Axe, he's actually got his mana pool back into play once again, thanks to that bottle and the Arcane Aura that he's got with.
Still getting more magic stick charges, but I think they're a bit scary here. At least he'll have Battle Hunger now. If the he gets a call, actually. This could be big.
Yeah,
no
S4 needs the spins and he doesn't get them.
He got 1 spin, I believe. We needed maybe 2, maybe 3 to get a kill, but get some good damage in. But when he can just go around bottling runes like this, it's going to be a super advantage, because Bristol just has to leave the lane, hit the first rune, cross the river, get the second rune. That's 4 bottle charges.
Alright, we focused on that top lane quite a bit, but we did have that kill in bottom. It looks like Faceless not feeling comfortable keeping the constant 3 versus 3. They do actually rotate the Alchemist into the jungle a little bit. He's going to be backing off. The supports will take over mid, as well as that jungle with the Crystal Maiden. And then after they've given a tiny little bit of time, maybe they'll return back to bottom. XY.
Whoa, the min 3 bet, and then the reshuffle 4 bet. Snap! It's Jax!
Does lay a bit of chip damage on that tower.
Ace ball coming.
Walane! Walane! This guy! This guy! What the fuck?
Fish for
that guy only got 10 bucks bounty.
Static Storms, maybe more heroes if they get even luckier.
I don't know lah.
They've got that on top of the Song of the Song as well. So it's going to be hard for Faces to...
Isha I have to call him, this why.
Start the fight on a good foot.
I think Faceless need to do the same thing they did in game number 1, right? Maintain a 2-2-1 sort of game, the whole entire time.
Sitting out, you see him? No shy, this one no shy on my high.
Song of Siren Sleep into the ET ultimate. Oh, nice stomp there. We'll get a little damage onto Jabs. I don't think
he is on the river, dude. The berry.
But Chemical Rage is up.
Definitely a lot safer.
How come he's so sick?
Just to focus on getting denies and last hits in that moment. But I do think that Faceless does have the solution that he had from first game, which is tanky offlaner hero who's hard to kill. S4 is not going to be able to deal with him super well. Getting killed by him really changed things a lot. And now Nuts in a great position to set up a further gank. Ice already does enough damage to get the axe kill, but now he's also going to have the benefit of even more disable from the CM. There's also no TP potential for axe. I think that's what he might be relying on here.
TP into mid lane. Black is going to try and help XY, put some pressure on Anna, make sure they don't lose their tier 1 tower.
You know that guy got 33 bucks. But how come the Australiana only get 2 bucks, 6 bucks? Oh,
most of the time it's on no tail.
Don't know. You're supposed to get half what?
Is it because final table?
I honestly not sure.
Yeah, you get half what? Half should be 16.
I didn't keep track, so I really don't know.
Mindset, right? Is that utilize this metamorphosis super early on to bully all the outer towers down.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be the case, especially once you get like. That's a really nice thing about the TV this game. He's gonna get a really fast level 7, level 8. Those first like 10 levels.
Maybe when you final table, you get half of your half of it.
High in damage. The conjure images as good as possible. The sunder, and even if you can get a value point of reflection early, makes a big impact.
No, you get a quarter of your bounty, I think, maybe if you busto, and the other quarter go onto him, and the other half goes into his bank account.
And in terms of levels, I think that's a big aspect.
I think lah, I'm not sure. Since you say like that.
Sitting quite low, level 3's about.
Fucking shameless with this dog. Hey, sit out.
That's most farthest line actually. It's probably Naga Siren, just barely edging over into level 5 right now. So the cores are gonna, the carries themselves are gonna have a lot less levels than we normally expect due to this try versus try situation.
Yeah, poor Black, 26 CS. At least he's getting the solo levels, so he's kind of okay with this situation because he can come back by getting the hero kills, right? That's true. Anna, back into the follow up here from Black. That is not going to be nearly enough damage to bring him down. The stomp to intercept from Jerix as well. Meanwhile, the top lane, it looks like it's actually going to go down. Ice. Yeah. Taking a very early safe lane tower, just like he did with Baden.
They just haven't felt comfortable pressuring Bristol up here. Axe has been forced to sit in the jungle.
Choose wrong time to fucking open light.
One other hero and it'll be enough damage, but Axe is just not. He can do very well against the Bristol back end lane, but it definitely requires Ice to make some mistakes. And really, if Bristol's just as fast as you and he has enough ground to just continuously cast pull on you, it's not too unexpected to get kills. And with that advantage, it's been hard for S4 to catch up. Still going to rush Vanguard this game. It's a pretty good choice. Still a good mix of damage coming from faces, but raw HP alone is going to do a lot.
Yeah, he needs to make sure he has the survivability against that call, right? Fortunately, he doesn't have to worry about the initiation anytime soon from S4 because S4 is actually going to be going for a Vanguard of his own and obviously losing his lane.
They're rotating forward for mid.
They want to be able to push back Anna here, but the stomp onto 2. No tails here as well if they actually want to be able to fully fight this one out. They're going to try and get some damage onto No Tail. Put him down to half. There is no escape mechanism for No Tail here, so he's going to be caught by the Torrent. It looks like he is going to be brought down. Anna trying to get some damage out. Oh, he actually survived through that one. It looks like raindrop. Managed to allow him to survive through that one. Jerix gets another great stomp in, and they finish off Black. Now Jabs is going to have to run himself away from all this, but he is going to be ensnared up. Anna's coming in with a big time damage. They're trying to get in front of Jabs to body block him. Doesn't quite get it. The kinetic field snatched him though, and Jabs now locked against 3. Body blocks by the 2 of them, giving Anna the opportunity to lay out the swings. Another ensnare. He's got to get the armlet toggles, but it's just not in time. He misses out on that one. Black gets the toss up. The Sunder attempted frostbite. No! He gets the Sunder off, and OG win that fight big time. They walk away with multiple core kills. They killed 4 heroes, lost 0, I believe.
I thought for sure No Tail was dead, but if we look at Black's level, he's only level 5. That was a level 2 toss, meaning that raindrop blocked 120 of that 150. After reduction, that's a whole 22.5 points of damage to the Naga Siren. He got the wand off afterwards, absolutely keeping him alive, and he was a big impact in some of those crucial kills.
XY pulls himself back. Nice clever use of X marks the spot. Now, one member I didn't really feel, Ice, was he a part of that fight? Did I just miss him? Or
I didn't see him there at all, unless there was a deeper part of the engagement. But S4, who's trying to bait him to the shrine, I think, here. They're getting him pretty close. No support TP, so Ice will be fine. But S4's got blink money. He's changing his build up here.
Jerix, he's been making these aggressive rotations through the jungle so many times, you figure eventually you're going to be caught. That's what happens here. Anna, you don't have Metamorphosis, so this Invis is not going to do too much besides getting maybe a surprise CS.
You know, Invis is really pay off when you can cross the map to the place you want to farm safely. And it works. He gets another 5 last hits. Big rune pickup.
Well played, Anna. As always, keeping us as casters on our toes. It's 2-5, 11 minutes in. Faceless are currently been a bit behind OG. OG about
1,000 net worth lead and about 1,500 experience after what was a huge mid-lane team fight for them. Not only took 4 kills, but also that mid-tower. And the only real member of Faceless that's looking good right now is Ice's Bristleback.
Yeah, Alchemist just barely in the net worth advantage, but not for a whole lot. Just a couple more last hits, Goblin Greed stuff. So if Bristle doesn't have an amazing game here, I think it's going to be tough, but he's
they're going to
very
be able to get
surrounded.
the call on him. They need to output as much damage during this call time while they're facing, because once he starts getting that passive, it's going to be real tough to bring him down. They do manage to get the glimpse back. Ice laying a lot of damage into the OG members, almost takes out S4 as well as Fly with the quills, but it's not quite enough. OG once again squeak on by with another successful fight, losing no heroes.
That was a biased Hellbear Smasher. Did you see that clap? I'm sure a lot of that was the quills, though, that came out due to some back damage. They had some slight delay in Ana using Metamorphosis and right-clicking the Bristle, so it was a little harder than it needed to be, but also just because, no, actually, Berserker's Call's at max duration already. The highest level in the game was actually Ana a moment ago. Still up there, but he did have some space separating him. So great rotation, Bristle kills down, and that's a lot of gold flooding towards OG's side.
Ana backs up at just the right time as the death timer completes for the Bristleback. He runs himself away. He knows that, you know, Facel's got a lot of catch. If he doesn't have the backup of his team, there's no sense sticking around. So he actually grabs a regen rune as he works his way on through. Meanwhile, Jabs is playing off the offlane jungle, trying to complete his Radiance. And he is closing in on the Relic, but looks like Fly might be able to get some sort of aggressive ward down, and if they're not careful, they do see him right now. Maybe they can catch him here. They're going to lead things off.
Oh, he got rooted. And armor lower.
Thunder Strike. Jarek's going to be the stun that he throws out, but Jab still needs a lot of extra help. He is going to be stomped up. This is going to set up Fly potentially if he wants to throw out the Static Storm. Isn't going to be using it just yet. Jab's going to be brought back. He tried to go for an armlet toggle, but ends up dying to Ana's right click before he could do anything there. Bottom lane, S4 is actually kind of setting up for maybe to go on Ice if his team mass rotates, but it doesn't look like they're feeling real comfortable, so instead they just lose the tower.
A little unfortunate for Alchemist. Perfect time for that Ancient to strike.
He going crazy, Eddie. He going crazy, Eddie.
Flight's just gonna ult this.
He going crazy, Eddie. The fella.
Thrown.
The fella 50 BB can tank on the big blind.
First, so unfortunately, claim the experience.
What the fuck,
Absolutely worth it there for OG. A little bit of an experience bonus will make the difference sometimes.
Jack 7.
Static Storm, it's maybe the only downside, but they didn't even need it to kill the Alchemist here. And what seems so clear is that OG is putting 4 of their heroes in the right place at the right time routinely, enough to kill the hero that they need to, even if that hero is really tanky. It seems so much like, how do you kill Bristleback this game? He's got a Vanguard, he's very tanky, he outputs a lot of damage, but somehow OG is getting 4 heroes that matter to the right place without getting spotted every single time they game.
So you think Faceless just need to, maybe they like it's an opportunity for them to go smoke and get some aggressive vision down? You think that will help solve some of their problems?
Yeah, I'm sure that could be some of it. Their wards right now, it's mid-focused, it's entry point into their jungle, but with the tier 1 tower dead mid, there's a lot of different entry points actually. That's like the ward that Dire has near Roshan. That'd be a great place for Faceless to have a ward as well. Protects movement into the other clump of jungle that Alchemist loves farming in. And right now they do go for smoke. They're going to try to cover through their jungle as the pressure towards the tower happens. Ana's going to take his tower real fast.
They're going to wrap around behind Ana. This tower's going to drop, but they've already completed the TP for the Tiny, so they will have additional heroes here, but they need to be able to combo them up and keep the control. S4 actually got hit by the Avalanche, so he doesn't get the call. The control is not there. The Terrorblade ends up dying, unable to get off his ultimate, and now S4 is going to die as well. Great rotation by Faceless. OG thought they had the correct counterplay there with S4 sitting in the jungle, but Faceless just brought enough members.
Yeah, a small mistake there as well in Ana. He was on intreads as he got tossed in the air. There's a small chance with strength that he would have stayed alive to get his Sunder off and then the wand into Sunder, but ends up getting bursted down. That's always the thing you got to be afraid of if you're playing Terrorblade. It's fearing the burst. And enough levels now. He's got the Blink Dagger. This may not be the last time that happens this game.
I feel like OG don't make that mistake very often. I think when they see opportunities when they're ahead, Fly going to be bursted down here, but he does manage to get the kinetic field Static Storm with no tail, managed to get the ensnare. That's a lot of damage laid out into Black already. Black's going to try and juke his way through the trees. Had the blink coming up. No tail stops him though. Are they going to be able to get the instant damage? He's going to have to Riptide at the perfect timing here. The blink already goes off. They already have some heroes spread out, but Black is just too quick for OG.
That's very costly. They kind of had to go for the song to get the kill.
Torrent X into a boat. Jarek's going to be caught. Ice right on top. He goes for a stomp, hoping to be able to make his way out afterwards, but doesn't get it off in time.
Medallion pickup making the difference there.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot more single target damage output there by Ice. And Solar Crest will follow, so he is going to be real hard to kill this game. It feels like Faceless is finally putting on the aggression they need to do. The OG heroes are killable, but it was just very difficult for them to do that earlier because they're lacking of levels. And the first couple skirmishes that went their way really allowed them to catch up, and now it's getting to the point where I was scared for OG during the draft, where their cores are definitely crushable. They've got a lot of burst damage, and they are still tanking, kind of hard to kill. But it's the time right before Radiance. Snowtail doesn't want to run around the map fighting. He just wants to finish his Radiance so that he can offset what Alchemist is doing.
Speaking of him, he's working towards the boots of travel. He's been bought a lot of time thanks to the bristleback. Everything Ice managed to accomplish.
Hey, where you go?
That hero.
The table closed already.
7-8 right now. 17
Oh, I don't know.
minutes in.
Change table
That
maybe.
gold lead has gone back in the favor of Faceless
Finding you,
by
finding
about
you.
2K, 1,000 experience lead. Again, Alchemist advantage does pretty much make this all kind of null and void. It seems like a game that's straight up 50-50. And Faceless kind of looking at a timing window where they are going to be very tanky, very strong in team fights, able to output a lot of damage. And do you think OG actually contests that with the Naga Siren setup, the just going for it, or do you think they try
Ooh, it's going to be kind of hard right now. Oh, this is actually a pretty good fight for them.
Oh, this is a beautiful setup. The Static Storm does manage to snatch back onto the Tiny. It looks like they can actually kill Black with just the 2 supports, but maybe the Solar Crest is just enough until Eclipse comes in. They do have the stun. Hit onto the Terror Blade. He's pretty low, but it looks like this is just OG catching multiple heroes one by one. XY stuck inside the kinetic field. Tries to do some torn action, but he will go down to S4's Culling Blade. So 2 pickoffs there. Great reaction there from OG. Jerix is the one that hits that beautiful stuff.
They were positioned so well, and their Observer Ward was really set up for that. They expected Faces to do the initiation. They hid in the position that's going to give them the initiation opportunity without their opponents knowing exactly where they are. And the stomp was just amazing.
Of Jabs. Jabs doesn't hit the unstable concoction on the real hero.
Fly's going to die on the top lane. No, they tried to get this nuts pick off as he goes into ward, but...
Oh, Jabs, can he juke your way through this one? Don't move. Oh, Jabs been spotted. They're going to pop the Metamorphosis. They know they've got him now. Unstable concoction is up. He sees Snowtail, hoping to be able to get a return kill, but not going to happen.
TB is actually so good against Elk this game because you get a free Radiance on your team, even if the Naga Siren isn't there. What a good pick. It's really paying off now, and he's getting a tanky area. Manta is almost up for him, and his damage output is huge. The Roche is going to go down most likely for Faceless, though. That's the upside to the Alchemist spending some time over there dying.
Yeah, it would have been so much better if Jabs just played a little bit more careful, right? Not just brazenly TPing in the lane, but it backed off into the jungle or something and done it. Then they would have probably still taken that Roche on and been able to go for maybe a push.
Ooh, rocking the final table, bro.
So I think it'll be
Yeah,
okay.
boy.
And Ice now has the do stupid things item build. The Vanguard, the Solar Crest with the Aegis. You just gotta
don't make any major mistake.
You may think Bristleback's not the highest damage in here. That's not true at all. Every time he casts a spell, plus 25 damage right now. And that really adds up fast with some good attack speed. So he's certainly going to be a threat, especially to the low armor heroes. Elder Titan is not that high armor. His HB is kind of weak. He did pick up a fast hand of Midas. This is actually a great Elder item, but he's got to turn this into his own Medallion Solar Crest so that he can survive heroes like Alchemist, Tiny, and Bristle.
There's still a good amount of control from the side of OG, not just the Song of Siren, but you've got Disruptor and ET. Do you think how does our Bristleback deal with those kind of kiting mechanisms?
He's just got to approach the fight from a different direction. I think that way he can hit the back line and constantly mess with them, delay their ability to just use their skills perfectly. Because if OG gets to play around with initiations, they will find the perfect initiation. Black, oh, great call.
Oh, S4 is going to be able to catch him out here. The Stomp's going to be able to follow that one up. They want to be able to blow up Black immediately, but they're not going to be able to get it because now Jabs is able to set up here. They caught S4. The pullback there of the X does get it. Now a 2-man Static Storm as the Song of Siren fades out with the ultimate from Jerix. A wombo combo to be sure, but can Faceless fight this one out? They've got the big hero in Ice, but he's running low on mana. XY is trying to help him out by being able to control some of these heroes, but it seems like Ice is not going to have the mana to be able to threaten the cores, but maybe
he can kill a support. That's one. Can he chase down Ana? They do have the Sunner onto Ana. Ana's going to use it immediately, just TP away. Smart move by him, but he's going to be caught by the Torrent. So maybe they can still catch him out. He turns, fights XY, doesn't manage to kill him.
I used up almost my whole time bank. Fucker. I went out to go get food. What? Ace deuce, ace jack, Talan imba. Ace deuce. What the fuck, ace deuce? Ace deuce, ace deuce. So much heart. He fucking spew a dog with this guy already.
Ice he turns his back to Ana. He really wants to make sure he can get this kill.
He's not the one that gets bursted at the start. I see OG taking these fights very well.
What about your stack way?
This is maybe where we go back to faceless.
Yes,
and
how up
their
down
ability
hands.
or something that kind of ensures their initiative.
What's a yat? Only one time down anyway.
Maybe we go back to
Fuck
that.
you, I see your
stay
stack
away
up,
from
down,
the
up, down, up, down,
teams
non-stop,
of
please.
At least for now, they do seem to be.
Up down. Seems like up down. It's just all the way down one. I double up twice, then all the way down.
Right there.
Damage with the
Oh, my
metamorphosis.
hands
Toss
gonna
back on
be-
S4 into all of those illusions.
They don't have glyph for like 6 seconds. I think the tower's just dead.
It is going to be dead. Can Faceless actually get a fight out of this one, though? They're going to catch Ana with X marks the spot, pull him back. There goes the Song of Siren, though. There's no BKBs. They want to fight this? No. I think a full retreat is exactly what OG need here. And it's going to be a little bit slow.
Oh, I realized run bet comes
does use an illusion to stop Black.
at once on it.
And his blink
Sure, bro.
dagger.
Try to
So
make theories
OG
about run back,
should
man.
be able to make
Show it to
clean
a
escape. But
scientist,
again, this is
nigga.
the dynamicism that Naga Siren really brings to the whole entire lineup. It's being able to use this ultimate to both set up team fights as well as call full retreats.
So difficult to play around it. Reminds me a lot of the Enigma pick. Different heroes, but I feel like the Disruptor is a hero they planned out to make this work. Teams kind of started giving up on things like Naga Siren bans first round. We saw it at DAC. It really helped out, but there's other heroes that combo with it. I mean, it was seen as the, well, that's going to stop the Enigma setup, but Disruptor on top of that with some of these other heroes like Elder Titan, it's made the fight so hard even if some of their lanes weren't perfectly ideal. Nuts looking to be in some trouble here. Does get just a little bit of aggro top. He gets the chop off as well. Just a simple walk forward, call, blade mail, easy kill.
He is going to have a BKB in no time if he continues to find those kind of pickoffs. Meanwhile, X on the fly. Fly's going to try and stop this by aggressively using Static Storm, but still gets the hold back. He does end up going down. OG rapidly rotating into the jungle, but does seem like Alchemist is not going to be sticking around. He's going to use his illusions to farm out the lane. And that is something that OG still have to worry about, right? Is that they are going to hit this really good mid-game timer, it seems like, with the Terror Blade and their Naga Siren both being very farmed. But you start pushing this a little bit too late, and this Alchemist, he completes his rat build, he kind of prolongs the game. They were giving away Aghanim Scepter, all of which, every single one of the heroes from Faceless can take one.
That's true. I don't know if I'm super sold on them though. I think the Ghost Ship, the Kunkka eggs can be really, really effective. CMs could be really good too because of Frostbite against illusions, but
You don't like the Bristleback one? I think it's pretty legit.
It's definitely very good. I think that's definitely their first go-to just because of the fact that he is the most farmed hero on his team, and him getting in there and providing some AoE control would be really effective. They're all pretty good. I just don't feel like it's going to make a massive difference in the team fight wins. It only does if they're the ones on the chase. If they're the ones on the chase, he has a lot of time to hit the back line, put slow on all of them, and get his team to fall. It's going to work great. But there's just so much control around Song of the Siren and around getting the Axe Call into the Elder Titan hitting the back line.
What you're saying is it's not like a Weaver Ags or a Nice. It's not one of those game-changing moments, right? And oh, Black. I mean, it's a little bit disappointing. Oh no! The call from S4 saving the life of Fly.
I cannot believe he's still alive. That would look like the most dead disruptor I've ever seen. Song going on somewhere.
Yeah,
oh,
he
just
used
looking.
it also to try and save our disruptors. So
I think maybe looking for backline heroes, expecting like Kunkka to be behind. I didn't see any
that's
zip,
true.
something like that maybe.
Yeah,
It's not the biggest loss either. It's 100 seconds. It's a bit, but they're fine for now with the dead Tiny.
if you're Faceless, do you think you try and take advantage of this timing? Your Tiny's coming back up. You know Song of Siren's down. Or you're just down to prolong the game and play it safe?
Oh, I definitely don't want to prolong the game this game. I think OG has way too much team fight control for that. I think you have to keep doing these little He did very well against the TNC yesterday with his Slark, but it's a little harder. If you can't kill the squishiest hero on the map, that's a bad place to be in. Maybe if he has an Echo Saber, that's pretty much for sure. Shadowblade helped, I bet, but maybe something could have been min-maxed a little better, but Black's got to be the one to find the kills. And he will not scale as well, especially in the face of all this minus armor. It's a big weakness.
Our BKB timings, Ice does have his, so the Song of the Siren is going to be a little less reliable, not just being able to escape, but also being able to set up. Bristleback is just one hero. He won't be able to go on. As far as the others, though, Alchemist is still trying to complete his ramp build. He actually has the Radiance Manta and went for the Shivas early on before the Octarine. Presuming at some point after the Octarine, we're going to have to consider a BKB.
Yeah, he has to get the Shivas because of all the minus armor, but it'll remove 9 of his base armor, which with just the armlet would leave him around, what, 9 or something like that. It's not really enough when you put him down, and on top of that as well as the...
break how many times way?
Or you're just
Fuck you, don't complain bro, my time almost 8 hours already, means 8 bricks, you know, so high.
Split push. So it definitely helps, gives OG a split push advantage with the Naga.
Smoke for smoke. Faceless as a 4-man crew pushed out. Look for something in the enemy jungle. OG playing very defensively around their shrine. Also pop a smoke.
Team reveals. So they know they can make their board now.
Yeah. They're very rapidly closing in. They're going to try and cut off some of these members of Faceless, I think.
Don't know if they know there's still the left, though. There's very likelihood they walk left, TP, get a different position. And OG's still playing it safe, not using Metamorphosis just yet. They know there's a glyph because it wasn't used in the last fight.
Black's on the hunt. Unfortunately, he's got to get some sort of combination with his team. And again, if you're not going on the Naga, then she's going to be using Song of Siren to save whatever hero you do the toss combination with. And as we've already talked about, he's not strong enough to just burst that hero by himself.
He's getting really tanky as well. He's got the Soul Booster now. Saving up for the Octarine to get the really low cooldown Song of Siren.
Taiwan 不是都说车
messed up his blink.
Maybe took damage from the Radiant Illusion, something like that. Yeah. But the illusion spread across the map, continue to farm everything.
你要车什么
Oh, well, not quite there. Nuts will stop him. But they do have the glimpse. Now Black is actually going to jump in. They do manage to get a 2-man with a stun combination. The Static Storm is out. Ice. It's up to him to chase down these heroes. He's still BKB'd and it's there. He's trying to get to Jarex. A nice concoction, actually, from the tail end of that one. Managed to catch 2 heroes. And Ice will manage to grab that kill onto Jarex. But it felt like that was still a lot blown by Faceless in order to just kill a support. But maybe because the Song of Siren has been used, it also opens up Roshan.
Yeah, they can kill so fast as well.
Look how many illusions there are!
That's a lot of gold though.
It's a goddamn army.
They're farming it though. That was a good 150 gold they just gained. A couple illusions on cooldown. They got to keep an eye on Roach though. It can die really fast against Bristleback with a Solar Crest. So They'll get in there, they'll slap him a little bit. They just want them to know that they're watching him. So he knows that if there's vulnerabilities that they will punish it. So makes it a lot less confident to just slowly kill Roche. So, up in 6 seconds for the Elder Titan.
That's right, Faceless. All these illusions spreading all over the map. Every step you take, every move you make, OG will be watching you. That's why they need to be using some smokes, some shadow blades. Get in there to the back line. Black has had a little bit of rough time finding these initiations so far, and it's going to be even harder once this Octarine comes up.
I really thought Faceless was going to get punished when he blinked aggressively into this team. It seemed like the most obvious static storm. It was a great static storm, but the Bristleback just did way too much. They still need some big armor items to protect their Black is still happen.
I really need him to connect with another kill because he needs to be too. Like, he can't afford to every single time be stalled up by this hot inside static. So they need him to have a BKB, as well as, I'm presuming the Alchemist is eventually going to get a call out onto Nuts. S4 cornered the poor Crystal Maiden and made her his. 14 to 19, 32 minutes in. Ice being chased along by illusions all over the place. They're going to be able to get the glimpse back here. Maybe, just maybe, they can actually bring Ice down. He's going to pop his BKB, fearing all the damage that's coming out. Oh, look at it again. The Saga Siren mixed with the BKB again in plays against Faceless. OG are going to be able to catch multiple heroes now that Ice is down. They immediately put their attention onto Jats. Disable Compaction goes out. Here comes the ship, actually, but S4 managed to get the call onto Jats. That gives No Tail a little bit of space to be able to work with. They get the ensnare, kiting this hero. 2 down from Faceless. Asunder goes out as well. That'll be XY caught. OG, a great team fight for them. They just know the ins and out of this Naga Siren hero and how to use that ult.
They really do. They did perfect attack moving.
You only paying 130,
and instantly with the chop, right into position to combo it from a kill into a further setup. The Alchemist did a lot of damage staying alive, though. It was pretty impressive how low everybody was by the end of the fight, but the fast Scott
you only playing 130,
has just given them so much advantage because they just simply can guarantee slow all the important cores.
Look at this. Ice. Pulled back. And they're kind of thinking about maybe we don't focus him. Anna makes the call. Ice pops that BKB and boom, there goes the Song of Siren. And all of a sudden, it doesn't really matter if you have that passive going on. It doesn't really matter because there's 4 heroes all targeting you, and you're the only one being targeted. Everyone else is asleep.
And XY in the backline doing everything he can to slow things down, but not able to affect it. OG is able to get Roche in the meantime with all of the dead Faceless heroes. And now they're going to start pushing across the map, finishing off the rest of the towers, and really start closing out the game. Everything up until this point felt pretty neutral. The map was pretty split across the middle. Black's looking for kills, but he wasn't effective enough at finding them.
Lotus Orb being built up. Who was that? I saw our Bristleback is actually building into an AC. Oh, that's a Sunder used. It's one way to get full health.
Oh, it was.
Elder Titan, or excuse me, Kunkka has the Lotus Orb queued up. That's what I was looking for.
Okay. Yule's almost finished as well. Oh, there's so many items.
See this Thailand.
Yeah, OG are just getting like so much, and I see like
there is 4x 的话，超黑 already.
Need to have the BKBs, the Lotus Orb, like in order to actually make these team fights work for them, or even have a chance at being able to make it work. The problem is they're losing out on all their space. Like the map is completely controlled by OG. There's illusions funneling in everywhere. They start beating on this tier 3 tower at the bottom lane. Send back there. Whoa, they just lost their Alchemist.
I hope so too.
That's not good at all. They maybe can start a fight to delay this, but Terrorblade's got Aegis. He's
S4 gets the call onto the Tiny in the back lines. Anna immediately helps with the illusion, but Black does get a 4-staff away. Now, Nuts actually stopped by the Static Storm. That ultimate's not going to last for long. Anna's actually dropped pretty low here. Maybe they can take away that Aegis, but there goes the Song of Siren. Ice comes for it. There goes the Sunder. He says, thank you very much for a full heal.
All in, instant 6s.
The Song of Siren's down. Maybe they can still fight this one out. Ice
Six!
down, but No Tail's down to half health. The beautiful Torrent.
Bro, he can pull 3 outer, he can pull 2 outer also, bro. He's just 1 away and
onto Anna. They cannot afford to be using all this and not claim some kills. So they are going to be able to get Anna here. That's life number 1. OG, can they actually save their core? They're going to try and set up with Yellow.
Do you remember the player's name called Imanot God?
Stomp is going to be here, controlled up by the X, and they give up. They're like, nope, Anna, sorry.
Imanot God.
And the rest of OG going to bail.
What do you have?
Very
Jack
good
10
defense
suited. I
there
have
by
a call.
Faceless, able to hold the high
Sure.
ground. And it all
Oh.
came down to the Song of the Siren being used and Naga Siren being vulnerable
What?
still. If she had the Aegis, things
Yes,
go a
you
little
cannot,
better,
bro.
but unfortunately he had to use Song to try to help his allies stay alive.
I've seen him do this before. He
And that
usually
just
Not the time
wasn't
to
enough when
he
they
did
were
he
running
did
out.
that with
So
a house, you
sometimes
know. He
the
flopped a
mistake
house
there
and he
by
did that,
OG
you know,
gives
once.
Faceless
I
some
saw,
breathing
so
room
he's
because
quite
they
balanced,
did
ah.
well.
That is
Mm.
BKB for Tiny complete.
There's
That
Right.
S4 call,
Imagine he
I
got
thought
pocket
for
tens
sure,
there.
oh,
If
he's
he's
done
slow
though.
play, could have
With the combination
gotten
of
your
the
mind.
It was
but
pocket
no.
tens. It was the one I see him show was pocket ten.
They're wasting
The
shots.
flop come
No, I
out.
mean,
The
like,
flop
now
come
I
out
Was
king
in a
king ten,
really bad position.
he just
So
open jam.
Songin was the only way to save
Then
them.
the other guy had to call because he got king.
No-tail sitting all the
King
too
so
far
high like that
forward.
also
Safety
can gonna
not
pay
very
off.
good. His armor certainly not very good. He's even taking tower damage.
This beautiful torrent that hits on two.
It really was the X on no-tail that helped guarantee that he stayed out of position. Probably why he was in the front so long.
Yeah. Faceless, you could definitely see. I mean, they gave up the
King what, the other guy?
They obviously had a game
Can't remember
plan.
as well.
Game plan was out and
More king can four.
to the better heroes to address the various ways that Naga Siren works.
Well, there's no Aghanim Scepters pulled yet, but it's about time. Jabs is 6 slotted here. Looks like he's going to opt for an AC. Probably will replace his armlet just to make his hero even harder to kill. It's going to make Terrorblade less effective at killing Alk, and most importantly, even more counteraction from the Elder Titans amplify damage.
Are you still thinking Bristleback first? Because he's no longer as farmed, as ahead of everyone else.
Well,
I'm kind of feeling the Kunkka, you know, the group up mechanism of the ship with all these AoE abilities, Unstable Concoction, the Avalanche.
I think it all depends. He's not going for a blink deck. I've kind of theory crafted a blink on him potentially. Blink to the back of the crew, boat towards your team, like vacuum, bring them out of position. That could be amazing. But I don't think Kunkka boat is the Ags right now. It's definitely good in purpose. Maybe Tiny, but Tiny
What does he have here?
still doesn't have armor. He can't actually
I kinda
fight.
have
He's
four, right?
queuing up
Like-
a butterfly because he knows there's an Ags in
Wow.
his history.
What do you have?
In the future, that is.
I have a
I
Jack.
think it's got to be Bristle, I guess, looking at it. It's going to go for a Lotus Orb. Actually, yeah, still Lotus Orb for Bristle. Yeah. That could be good. Reflect Thunder. That's actually
We got shot. Bopian.
Seems like they're communicating, they're kind of passing off the duty of these items. AC going to the Alchemist instead of Ice, who had it queued up. We are going to have that Assault Cuirass pretty soon here, but not soon enough for this team fight that OG are looking to force.
Okay, uses an Experience Tome on Elk to try to hit 25 just a little bit faster. This could help a lot. -5 Acid Spray armor. The big impact against these really tanky illusions. Not to mention the backline.
You know what the dirty part of this purge is? Look how far back they are.
That's okay.
You know what that is? You know what that is? That's them dodging the extra armor on towers. These illusions are actually hitting a lot more because they're sitting just far enough back that this tower is not getting a whole lot of extra armor.
And towers got reduced if heroes aren't there, which means that illusion split push was actually buffed in the last patch.
It was. I knew you'd like that one, Purge.
I didn't even think about that, man. You got it, though. That's it.
Tier 3 gonna drop. Anna pushes forward with the Metamorphosis. Oh, that is going to be S4 catching the Bristleback. Can they bring him down in time? The Unstable Concoction is going to stop the damage, but they have the Song of Siren. Looking to reset things. They're going to go for the Bristleback. He does have a BKB, though. He's going to pop it instantly, but he's still slowed down. Black, Anna's not sure who to focus. He goes for the supports in the back line. Over taking out the Kunkka, and Nuts also falls. While S4 controls of the two cores, they're dropping fast. Ice, he managed to take one kill. Jabs getting clean up the rest. They're all pretty low, but the damage is too much. He is the only one that has buyback. OG look to just overwhelm Faceless now at the 40-minute mark.
And they're able to pick up the gem as well. Anna on the back line with the song set have gotten the perfect position to clean up the fight as well, guaranteeing those supports couldn't stop him from doing that bout of damage from the back line. And without the Kunkka to keep those heroes out of position, without the Crystal Maiden to stop the course from right-clicking, Jabs just couldn't do enough damage on the back line. That's not Alchemist's job. He wants to keep them busy, and he did that kind of, but he needs some backup.
There is no more Metamorphosis, and some of these heroes are about to come up. Maybe Faceless can still hold here. They have one last lane of racks. They're going to use the Sunder for the little bit of extra HP. OG are full committing here to try and get the Mega Creeps. Jabs jumps forward, trying to go for Anna. Song of Siren being used. That is why they did that, because they knew they had this fail-safe plan. They can always pop the Song of Siren as soon as the fight comes to them and they feel uncomfortable.
Not able to gap close. They really wanted to get an X off there. It could have been a big kill, but not going to catch Fly either. Full Ags now for Disruptor.
Oh no.
Ooh,
Those BKBs are no longer useful.
This is like the OPI win the team fight no matter what thing. I mean, OG's been looking at this stuff for weeks and months. The song into Black Hole. Can't stop that unless you have the BKB break. Song into you can't cast items and your silence no matter what. That's also very abusable. Could be great against Bristleback, potentially good against Alchemist. There's so many good things about what OG's lineup does scaling into the super late game, and they're not even they just got started really on the items that combo well with it.
A monster lead for OG right now, and they're just one melee and one range racks away from mega
Alright,
creeps. They've
they're
got,
going to Sailang this so high already.
I don't see any other way. Faceless have to find the initiation. They have to be able to push out, because otherwise they're either going to get ratted or they're going to get another Song of Siren setup that they can't beat. So Faceless has got to make some sneaky moves, but it's OG once again going to take the first step. They smoked up.
They do see the observer. Will they break it? Okay, they put their own ward down. They're going to leave it up there. They don't want to reveal that they're here, so maybe S4 can grab an initiation. Oh, goes on the illusion.
It's not what they were hoping for, but maybe they saw the catch. No tail. Okay. This is not going to be a full-out spread. He's going to try and get the static storm on multiple heroes, but it take down jabs first. The regen, not going to be enough. He's down for 2 minutes. Now the reservation is going to call on to 2. Again, the 2 cores controlled up by S4. Freezing field, let it go. Nuts, might as well let it go because there's not much left in the tank for Faceless. They're getting overrun by OG. They stormed the base with Anna, taking a melee Rax, finishing up with the range Rax. Black goes in the line. That's just an illusion, my friend.
Wow, this guy is super title dog, but I can't forward. Okay, cooler. Alright, bopians.
How tight is he?
6% PFR. He's damn tight. He's damn tight, but I cannot fold there.
Cannot find a fold. Or is a
early rotations at 6 were incredible. At farm? No, I'm here to fight. I gotta make up for something because we had this weird draft. And then their late game execution, their mid game execution was just flawless.
I'm sure other teams are going to be learning from Faceless here. First of all, game number 1, how they played that one out was really special way to fight up against OG. But also, this game 2 and game 3, OGs are the master of the Naga Siren. I don't think you can give it to them anymore.
And even seeing Anna playing Terrorblade for the first time, 22-7. He farmed faster than a Naga Siren did. He made all the right decisions in the team fight. So much physical damage output. I mean, if I take a look at the scoreboard, he did 34k damage, No Tail getting 30k. He had an amazing performance, but across the board, just cool drafting, picking an Elder Titan back up into the draft. Hero that's kind of forgotten, worked amazing.
The Pudge as well, right?
Pudge,
OG still showing that, you know, hey, everyone's going to give him a crap for, hey, picking the Radiant